What is going on, everybody? Rajay back with Todd, my homie, of course, and it's time for another Beer Flow show here on a Thursday at 9:15. We will have Eric at some point joining the show, I believe. So we're kind of kicking it. First time to the channel, welcome. We appreciate you, and we come here, we drink a few beers, we talk about some beer and whatever else we may get into. So hopefully you guys are ready for a nice, fun time out there. And Erie's already in the house. And she says,
Erie.
What's up? And that is the number one fan making an appearance. And we got Gilbert in the house as Cheers Fools as well.
EG.
And of course, when you guys are drinking, let us know what you're drinking so we can talk about that too. And any good stuff that you guys are finding out there. There we got Alan the Eclectic as well in the house. So welcome, brother. Good to see you too. He says, where is Mr. Capri?
Already.
Yeah. So hashtag skinny jeans should be here in a bit. He actually was supposed to go out tonight, but he didn't. He had something else that he was going to do. So I think he's going to get here around 10 or so. So we'll see what happens. Mary's in the house. Mary and Bush says, hey, Rod, Todd, Eric, Erie. And we also got Beer Hound in the house. Cheers from OC Cali as well. What is going on, Beer Hound, my friend? Good to see you. And Erie says hello to Mary as well. So, yeah, so we're going to kick it here. We're going to drink some beers. Todd, how you feeling tonight, my friend, as well?
I was looking forward to Thirsty Thursday. It's all I have to say.
Ready for
crazy busy crazy busy at work. It's like looking forward to a few beers tonight. So,
well, hey. Before we get started, I came across a little video I thought you guys might enjoy. So from time to time, as you guys know here, we like to play a little bit around with the WWE type stuff, you know. And one of the people that's on our radio here is actually Kid Chris. He has a show and a channel here on YouTube. You guys should definitely check him out. Some pretty funny stuff. I happened to come across a little video. I thought I'd share that with you. So if you guys don't mind. I think it's pretty funny, my damn self. And we got John Cena in the house.
I'm going to just go with the overhand.
You're going to go with the overhand? Okay. Open mic with his first overhand chop.
Oops. Let me back it up for 1 second. I thought it was up there. It wasn't.
And it was a lot better for him.
You think it was better for him?
Reverse knife edge guy.
Which one? Now, which one are you going to give to him?
Me, I'm
just go with the overhand.
You're going to go with the overhand? Okay. Open mic with his first overhand chop.
Ready? Yeah. You suck up! His head bounced off him.
And it was a lot better for him.
You think it was better for him?
Reverse knife edge guy.
Which one? Now, which one are you going to give to him?
Me, I'm an overhand guy.
Oh.
So allow me just to put my clothes back on.
I want to see it from this angle. I want to see.
Now, Mike, you did stop a fan with your man.
Yeah.
So you can't be flinching enough.
No,
you're not the most bulky guy, so I'm gonna need a target. I don't want to hit you in the face.
Don't shatter his ribcage.
Yeah, don't move.
I won't move, man.
You may want to close your eyes.
I got it. Ready to go.
All right,
I'm gonna close my eyes.
Just right there is fine. Okay, overhead shot.
Right. Oh my God! Oh my God!
And I think now we're ready to get started.
Ouch! Doesn't hurt so much here or here, but right here.
You think you can take a slap from John Cena like that?
Hell to the no.
Just a little humor to open it up. So Cuff and Stuff's in the house. What is going on, Jimmy? Said, what's up, Professor? Good to see you, my friend. And if you guys haven't checked out Cuff and Stuff, make sure you check out Jimmy over there making us some really damn tasty food that he's putting together. Moose Scowl says, hey, Mr. Cool Cat and Todd. And then also Gilbert, Clam Diggers, and Failed Football Dreams. And then also cheers to Mary as well for Gilbert. So the first beer I actually got here is actually, I'm going to do one I actually did earlier. Actually, I did it earlier. I uploaded it earlier, and this is one of the Hot Butcher beers. It is the Your Wish is Granted. So this was the video I uploaded earlier tonight on the channel. This is a hopped Citra and Nelson Sauvin Double India Pale Ale, known for instead of bright citrus, white grapes, and fresh tropical. If you happen to see the video earlier, it's kind of got a little bit of a wine feel to it. So if you haven't checked it out, you can check out the video there. And Todd, what are you actually drinking on right now?
I'm getting ready to crack open a sour IPA from Hoof Hearted and Stillwater Artisanal.
Nice. Two good breweries coming together.
It's 6%, and let's see, it says, well, I can't hardly see what I don't have many lights. Sour India IPA with strawberry, banana, milk, sugar, yogurt, and vanilla extract.
Ooh.
So here's the can on it.
Oh, you know what? I've actually had that one before. I think. Let me take a look.
Have you?
What's the name of it again? There.
The actual name of it is
fruit and hops on the bottom. Yeah, I've had
fruit
that
and
one.
hops on the bottom. Yep. What'd you think of it? Did you like it?
Oh, I thought it was pretty tasty. I think I have one of the videos on that one as well on the channel. But I think it was pretty tasty.
So that's what I'm going with. Start out. But seeing that video reminds me. You played college baseball with a guy that went on for a few years afterwards. He was about 6'4", from northern part of Indiana, and I don't know if anybody's familiar with Ohio Valley Wrestling here in Louisville. It's kind of like a minor league for the WWE. I think.
Okay.
I don't know if they're still around, but they would do broadcast shows and stuff locally here, on the weekends, usually late night Friday nights or something. But anyway, he was that was his move, was the chop. He was a big and it would be the things where you could see videos and it would just be whelps on people's chests and stuff. He would just rear back and just smack the shit out of them. And he was a big dude. He actually did, I think, one of the WrestleManias. He was Hogan's bodyguard before Hogan gave it up. Yeah, but he never wrestled in WWE. He just kind of made an appearance or something. They was after him for several years, but I think they wanted him to do some steroids and shit like that to get bigger.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys are roiding. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it kind of ended that, but I think he still does. I think Ohio Valley is still around because I think he still does it every now and again. I'm friends with him on Facebook, so every now and again he might post something random, "Hey, I'm wrestling tonight," and whatever, just kind of a guest type thing. Yeah. I've always heard once you enter that business, it's about impossible to get out of. It's they own the rights to you for the rest of your life.
Well, you see him always coming back. I mean, look at old Ric Flair was still coming back, and so many other wrestlers, even Sergeant Slaughter, making appearances still, coming back at an older type age. So kind of crazy, I think.
I saw Ric Flair. I just happened to be flipping through channels Monday night, and he was actually. I stopped. I was I want to see what's going on because they're doing all the wrestling still on Monday Night Raw or whatever with no crowd. And he was he was in the ring. He wasn't wrestling, but he was in the ring for some reason. I was like, that dude just got to be pushing 80 now?
He's got to be, and he's got to be mid-70s at least or whatever. But they probably get royalties for making appearances and stuff there. So
I'm sure,
yeah. But you see some of those guys, they always seem to go there. Funny thing, I think I saw a stat. It was a few years back that the average age of a wrestler when they die though was mid or late 40s. It was somewhere in that area.
It's something crazy early.
Yeah.
It's so hard on their body. It's got to be.
Yeah. You talk about wrestling. An idea of it being fake. Yeah, it's a show put together, but they take some hits on their bodies for sure. That stuff can catch up to you, or you take a wrong turn, something happens to you. You look at Hart that died, really shouldn't have been probably hanging from a rope anyway, like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some of the guys that do the pile driver moves and they go too low and they break a guy's neck or something. It's some crazy stuff that happens. But here he says he looked like the guy from The Machine in the movie Big. Zoltar. Straight into the fetal position for that dude. That dude
no
was
kidding.
Down. He had to be down, skinny as he was. And he's like, yes, that's it, Barry. Raven. Oh, Ray, one of my future husbands. Oh gosh, She's stuck on the Rey Mysterio. So, for those of you that are watching that don't know, myself, Todd, Eric, Eclectic Beard, Alan, and Erie, we all played like Call of Duty together. Well, they came out with a uniform or a mask for one of the characters that he has a mask on his head, and I'm like, start calling the guy Rey Mysterio, and every time I say Rey Mysterio, she starts going into her little thing about Rey Mysterio. So she's definitely got the crush there. Rey Mysterio's on her list, I guess. She's like, you haven't seen him without the mask, though. I'm like, well, no, because then he wouldn't be Rey Mysterio. He has to wear the mask to be Rey Mysterio.
That's right. That's right.
If you're not Rey Mysterio, then who are you? I don't know who you are, guy.
Of course, now he just fits in with everybody with the mask on. So.
Yeah, well, now, he's like, take the mask off to be different, right? He's no mask. He's like, I'm Rey Mysterio. Are you?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm not buying it.
I don't think you are. I think you're just a short guy walking around. Finish the Glass in the house. What is going on, my friend? Cheers. And if you guys haven't checked out Finish the Glass, he is one of the newer channels. Him and his wife do some videos on beer, do some great stuff. I actually ended up missing Monday night. I was thinking you were doing 8:30, and I'm Eastern, so I'm an hour ahead of you. So I ended up missing when you were on there. But I'm going to definitely catch you guys there as well. And I think it makes them look like a lizard. Erie said, I don't know where the lizard comes in. It's a mask. He just has like a mask on. But Eclectic says you have more future husbands than some people have money, Erie. Mary says hello to Finish the Glass. And Erie's a true story, Alan. So Erie's kind of stacking them ahead of time. You're going to be old with rich retirement plan and lose box with all those future husbands. Oh, we're back to the box again, eh?
Always
comes back.
Comes back to the box.
Yeah, it'd be 9:30 for me. Yeah, so I ended up actually getting into Call of Duty and stuff. So I forgot to get back over to the channel, but yeah, at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, Finish the Glass on Monday nights. They do a live stream, so make sure you guys check them out as well. And some of the uploads and stuff they're doing on the channel too. But you said rich and that can tighten the box right up. Well, if you're rich, well, going to the doctor would actually tighten that back up. And Finish says, what's up, everyone? So, yeah, so here we are Thursday night, heading in towards the Friday, which I am quickly looking forward to seeing. Although tomorrow I do have to work a little bit later, but I get to sleep late because I work later. So, I'm going to probably play some Call of Duty later tonight after this, probably because I get to sleep in a little bit. But outside of that, all the beers out there trying to get all the different beers. I just recently had done some beer run videos, and I'm looking forward to trying those beers. I know, Todd, you picked up some beers today and everything as well. That you had
not today, but I stopped yesterday on the way home from work and picked up the one of the other local collabs on the Black is Beautiful beer.
Yeah, that's the one from
that was Monique and Fall City.
Fall City, yeah.
Although I just saw today, Fall City's done, I think, a near $2 million expansion to their brewery, or just completed. Nice. Yeah, just completed it. Actually, I think it said.
Yeah.
So, kind of interested to see what those guys got moving forward coming up.
Yeah, Fall City.
They're kind of hit and miss on some of their stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I've done a few of their beers, and I say a few, like a handful, but I do remember them actually having a nice Pilsner. Their Pilsner they do is pretty decent.
Yeah.
That was something I really liked that they put together there. And they're out of Louisville, right?
Yes.
Or the Kentucky side, yeah. So they're doing some pretty good beers. So I don't know how far the distribution is going out outside of Kentucky. I guess Indiana, maybe Tennessee.
Yeah.
They're right. They got enough distance. They could probably do those as well. But
I'm trying to think if when I've been down to Tennessee, Knoxville and north a little bit. I don't recall ever seeing them down there, but I can't say for sure. I mean, I didn't. Obviously, it wouldn't have, stood out to me, but I generally notice that just because I'm always curious to see where, distribution lands on some of those things. But I don't remember seeing them down there, but they could have. I'm going to have to look next time and see next time we're down that way. But they do some okay stuff, like I said, nothing. They've come out with some nice stouts and some of the bomber size bottles. Done some pretty good stuff there. And from time to time, they'll do some pretty decent brewery release, type stuff, catch it on draft or whatever type thing. Pretty decent stuff there too. Sometimes I got a really nice. Their brewery is really nice. Like the looks like an old kind of castle on the outside. It's kind of, and they got a nice big outdoor seating in the back.
Right.
Kind of like a bunch of picnic tables and stuff, and kind of like the light bulb type hanging fixtures, to light up the outdoors part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. And they got some old history, like a wall of some of the old history of the old original Falls City. Because back when they first started as a craft brewery, they just bought the name. From my understanding, they just bought the name for like $100 to try to bank on. I guess the name going back to Falls City has been around since like the 50s, I think it was 40s or 50s maybe.
Okay. And
it was like an original kind of rivaled like PBR back in the day. In fact, when I was a little kid, Falls City and PBRs. My dad was a big PBR drinker, and one of my dad's best friends was a big Falls City drinker. Mm-hmm. And everybody always kind of called it Falls Shitty. A lot of people didn't like it.
Right.
One, because they didn't think it was very good, and two, a lot of them would say, like, my dad's like, it gives you the shit, so they'd call it Falls Shitty.
Well, wouldn't that be Schlitz gave you the shit?
Right. So the old original Falls City is kind of along those lines, of like a PBR type thing. But they revamped it and bought the name, and now they're taking off. They've been around for, I don't know, let's see, 10, 12 years now, probably, since they've started back up as a craft beer brewery.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, they had the name recognition, so I guess that's why they wanted to hold on to it. But if the name recognition was in question, maybe they should have changed it up. But, you look at that label they have, and it does have that classic feel of them being an older brewery, which is pretty cool. So I like I like the classic look of it.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing. They did keep the kind of the old Falls City label. So like you said, it kind of does give you that old, it's not your dad's Falls City, that's for sure, as I would say, but it does give you that kind of classic appearance to it. If if people were to know what Falls City was back in the day. Yeah. And then we got another local brewery too, Acacia. They have a local. It's called Fairs Beer. Are you familiar with Fairs Beer? I think it's FEHERS.
I have not heard of. No, I haven't been.
So that was kind of the same along those lines of like an old Falls City type, I guess lager or whatever back in the day. Kind of the classic style. So it's and apparently they use the same exact recipe from the 60s or whatever, and it's kind of in the same type can, but they just kind of revamped it, bought the name, and have it. So it's and it's actually a pretty tasty beer. Actually, they've done a really good job with it.
Yeah, you look at the Falls City's beers here, like it's got a nice little look in it, but that Falls City beer logo is kind of classic. I've had the Hipster Repellent, which I've actually enjoyed. I think I've had the Kentucky Common as well, but I've had their classic Pilsner too. But it's a nice, crisp looking image on the beer. Mm-hmm. And when I saw the Hipster Repellent, the Hipster Repellent alone got my attention, but I like the logo they put on that one, and I was like, I'll check this one out.
Yeah, that's actually that's a pretty tasty IPA for a standard, for their standard line of beers. Yeah. But that's actually, I say the new logo, that's probably a couple, 3 years old or so now. They kind of revamped their whole image a few years ago.
Yeah, I think when I got the Hipster Repellent, it was that one right there that I actually got as well. But
yeah,
they do a good job with their beers. So
if you haven't had that street lamp, it's pretty good too.
That's pretty solid as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think it's pretty good.
Let's see, we got Lep in the house. Says cheers to. What's going on, Lep? Sorry
What's up, Lep?
He had to jump off the one we were on JV's stream earlier, but I didn't get a chance to tell you. But hopefully, Mrs. Lep is doing better. She's been fighting some illness, so hopefully she's back and getting closer to being recovered on everything, my friend. And JV, speaking of him, he's in the house. At Cheers, Rod J and crew. What is going on, brother? Good to see you. If you guys don't know
JV?
Jeremy V, make sure you check him out on his channel. One, he's got the great live streams going now, but two, the guitar videos alone, I mean, are pretty freaking awesome and stuff like that.
Jamming.
That's some of the beer things. So, yeah, great channel. So make sure y'all show him some love. Jeff's in the house. Jeff was over there with us a little bit earlier, too. He said, hey, y'all, lick the salt, swallow the tequila, and suck the lime. So there you go. That's
Jeff?
how you do it. Man, that brings back memories of some spring break trips back in the day. And Jimmy said, Lep, what's up? Moose Gal's in the house. Says, whatever happened with the beer Obama brewed in the White House? I never heard about the beer he brewed there, actually. Did you hear about him brewing beer when he was president?
Yeah,
I know he liked beer.
I remember that he was. I don't know if he actually did, but I knew at one point that he was supposed to brew a beer, and supposedly, I guess maybe that's what Moose Guy was talking about. I think maybe he did brew his own beer just to have there. I don't know. I'm not sure if it ever come out. I can't remember. I bet you probably Google it though. I bet you'll find something on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first president Washington, he had a brewery. He homebrewed. So, and of course, thanks to Jimmy Carter, people can homebrew up to 100 gallons a person, 200 gallons per couple. That was because of him passing legislation, or with the Congress and Senate at the time passing legislation. But again, who's counting? You might go over 200. It depends how much you like beer, I guess. But that got the home brewing stuff kicked off. And, you know, when you look at the Joy of Home Brewing, which is pretty much a Bible for home brewers, that came out after that time, and people started home brewing, and that kind of led to a lot of the craft beer stuff we benefit from nowadays.
Was that about the time when Billy Beer came out?
It might have, yeah. That was his brother, Billy. Yeah, I think it was probably. Yeah. Which is kind of funny because you always think of Jimmy being, you know, so devoted to his faith and Christian. I don't know all the rules between who can do what. Like, I know that you can be like a Catholic, you can drink, right? Because I've been enough Catholic festivals.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You go to a Baptist festival, you can't drink or dance or something like that. You go to some other ones, they have different rules. But I thought he was Baptist, but for him to have that and being able to do the beer thing was actually pretty cool. So Gilbert's drinking on a brewski. Hello Milkshake Berliner Weiss from Sweden. Nice. And Method of Madness, Irish single grain whiskey, Finnish and Spanish oak cast suns. You know, he likes the two fists. If it's not two fists, and it's not Gilbert. So that's how he rolls. Smash that like for Rajay. Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And here's our third member of the crew in the house.
There he is.
What's going on, buddy? How you feeling?
I'm doing all right. How you guys been?
Doing good. What happened to the calendar?
Oh, it's still right. It's still up here.
Oh, what am I not? Oh, your camera shifted then.
You got a different angle.
I got a different angle.
So the camera was like right here. Now I got kind of like right here on top of the monitor here.
What happened to what you were going to put on the wall there? We were talking about the
wasn't it a bottle opener or something?
The bottle opener.
Oh, I still got it. I just haven't put it up yet.
You haven't put it up yet? Okay. All right. Yeah. We're going to decorate Eric's house right now, so that's what we're doing.
Interior decorating.
Yeah. Oh, what you drinking on, brother?
Well, since I just got back from a local brewery where I had an amber ale and one of their lagers, which were a pretty low percentage. I'm kind of going to a kind of a 9% beer. So this is from Holmes Brewery. I kind of went over there last weekend and got from them.
Oh, yeah.
This is their Four-Side Double IPA. Comes in at, like I said, 8.9%.
8.9. Put it in the glass.
Ooh, now, is that one of them you've had?
Yes. I've like 3 of the 4 cans are gone.
Nice.
Hazy, juicy one.
I know the ones that Jeff No Jinx sent to me in a beer swap, they were all fantastic.
Oh, nice glass. I like the glass, too.
Yeah.
So this is in the Atwater Brewing glass.
I haven't had an Atwater beer in so long. I need to get some more of their stuff.
Out of Detroit.
Yeah, they do some good beers there.
God, I agree, Rod. I haven't had an Atwater beer in a while. The last one, I think their vanilla Java Porter. Did they make that?
Yeah. They made the Java Porter. But I ever tell you the story of Atwater when I met the national sales director at one of the beer festivals?
I think you did, but I can't remember the story.
Well, so you guys have been here for Cincinnati Beer Fest, and you
Mhm.
see, we go out there. You guys know, I meet a lot of people from different stuff, and we kind of go around. And so I met the national director. He's like, "Oh yeah, we sing cars and all that kind of stuff." He's like, "Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm back in town. I'll drop you off some beers to check out or whatever." Well, I was working downtown at our office that we have down there. So he calls, "Yeah, I'm going to be back in. I'm actually like 2 minutes from your office. If you're there, I can drop these off to you." So I come downstairs thinking he's going to give me like 1 or 2 beers or something, like maybe a 6-pack or something like that and everything. So I come out there. He's parked in front. So I go to his car. He opens up the trunk. He's got this box. He's like, boom, 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 boom. Okay, here you go. The case of beer, like 4 6-packs.
Nice.
This is like 1 o'clock in the day. And it's like, dude, if I knew you would have drawn me a case, I would just have meet me in my car. And I would have pulled, the garage. And I'm going back into the office. Bottles like to clink, right? And so in my office, I've got a lot of beer drinkers. So they know when they know the sound of a beer clinking in a box. So I'm walking off swarming this box, and people are like, this will clink like, "You got some beer in there? Like, what's going on?" So
Nothing to see here.
That was kind of fun. Like, I didn't expect him to drop off a whole case that day, but but Atwater does make some nice beers. I do enjoy some of their stuff. It's just been a while since I've had anything from them.
Yeah, same here.
Considering our environment, there's just so many beers. It's hard to keep getting stuff from people.
Mhm.
You're trying different things all the time.
Yeah, I went to there. Obviously, I went right to the brewery. It's pretty nice there. I'm going to try to get a seat there and try a couple beers and try their food. Jeff said their food's outstanding there, so I'm going to.
Oh, nice. Now, do they have like a mug club or anything like that there, or are they doing anything for people that come? Do they have like some type of group thing, or?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know.
I know some breweries like to try to do that because that gets other people to keep coming back to them, especially when they're newer craft breweries. So I haven't joined any here, but I see them pop up from time to time.
I don't join any mug clubs. I will say that I don't do that. Now, Todd, I think you do at Perpetual Hops, don't you?
No, they don't have one.
They just know Todd and Shannon, so they're set up like Norm there, when they go in.
Not even. Well, we have not so much in the last couple months. We haven't. Well, really, since COVID's been going on, but
it's like what was that show we were watching on HBO with the black lady? She like the psychic or whatever. It was just last season. It was a detective type show. They were trying to solve the murder.
Oh, True. You talking about True Detective?
Was it True Detective? No, it was the one detective. It was changing the bodies and the stuff. It was like Stephen King. It was a Stephen King thing. HBO did.
Yeah. Oh God, what the hell was the name of that?
And his body was shifting.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But the thing is, it's funny. There's a scene in one of the shows, and the lady walks into her place, and she's like, tells the guy, like, "You're in my seat." Like, she drank at the bar. She had her one seat, and that's how Todd is trying to walk into Perpetual Hops.
Pretty much.
You're in my seat,
That's the way it used to be. It's not so much now, but it was for sure that way.
Yeah.
You walk in, everybody that worked there, the owners, the brewers are all, hey, here, try this. What do you think of this? Kind of thing.
Well, some of the other news, I don't know if I told you guys or not, but obviously you guys have been to Braxton Labs.
Yep.
And so you know about them. They actually opened up a 4th location over in Cincinnati now. So now they're on the Ohio side. One of the other breweries, I think it was 3 Pints or whatever, they actually weren't able to make it. So Braxton scooped them up in their location. So basically they're playing they are just going crazy up here right now. So when you guys are back up, that could be another location. The Barrel House they have is actually pretty fun too. But you guys like Braxton, Braxton, and they keep coming out with beers. They're becoming like 450 North here. They come out with a beer. Hey, we're releasing this slushy tomorrow, or releasing this kind of juicy. You go online, you can order it, but it sells out like within 2 minutes. Like if you're not right in there, you don't get a chance to get it. So,
speaking of that, in 450 North, they had a release again today. And they just can't seem to get stuff right these days. It doesn't, from whatever. They never get anything right. They just have so much trouble. Apparently, they were having Blake TV type internet problems today. So people I was reading the comments are like, I had $600 worth of beer in my cart, and then it went out. And then I got back on, and it was all sold out. I didn't get any of it. They was so pissed. He's like, I'll just keep my money. And and other people were chiming in. They're like, that's why I only get like the 4 I really want. Then I cash out, and then I go back in. and then try to get the other stuff that I want. They're like, you can't just do it all at once because it never works the right way.
Oh wow, because it takes too long to get everything in there.
Right,
Everyone's
right.
throwing it on the server. It's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Well, then when they first started doing the online thing, they were having issues where you could put something in your cart and it wouldn't take it out of like the whole what was the availability, like the number of the availability. So you could have 10 things in your cart, and if they sold out of those things before you checked out, it didn't matter. Your cart wasn't any good.
Yeah. Wow.
So just because you had it in your cart didn't mean you owned it. You had to pay for it before. I think they've kind of fixed it, but after seeing some of the comments today, I don't think they did. But they still sold out in like a half hour. 12 different beers in a half hour.
Everybody's all over 450 North. I mean, they've definitely got the buzz around them, so they're always selling out their stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the stuff that sounds, a lot of that stuff just sounds amazing. Of course, you guys have had it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
They do good beer. I mean, as long as the
I like
ABV
their
is
IPAs.
set, as long as the ABV is good, I'm good. So
yeah, and the beer, basically the beer tastes the same, and the ABV's doubled from what it was.
Truly doubled down.
Well, Sun King up in Indianapolis does all the testing for them now, so they will release a sheet probably tomorrow or Saturday, and they'll post it on their website and on Facebook or on Instagram and stuff, and it shows all the beer types and then all the ABVs, and it's signed off by Sun King, which is a big reputable brewery. They do all the independent testing for them. So if it's so now they're ranging anywhere between 5 to 6.5%, which for that style is still pretty good.
Still pretty good for that style. Yeah. Sun King, they get some representation where I'm out here too, so they do some pretty good stuff. So definitely.
But you know what? Sun King's one of those breweries that they do some release stuff. It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But you go to the brewery and get the stuff that they have at brewery only on tap. They got some phenomenal beers there.
Yeah.
Like for the last year and a half, probably the best beers at some of the beer fests we've had local have been from Sun King.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's stuff that they don't bottle or can or anything that you can only get it, at a beer fest or at the brewery only type thing.
Yeah, that's why you have to go to breweries once in a while to kind of see what they got there, because you can't get that stuff in some spots. And speaking of breweries, I finally did step inside of Brewdog because I got their Black is Beautiful beer. So last week, and I went down there, and I hadn't been there as of yet, but you got in there and they got like everybody's social distance kind of things. Like you walk in and guys like, trying to get you all seated and stuff like that. So I'm just picking up or whatever. But it's a nice little setup they got in Cincinnati. So I do want to get down there and shoot a video. Sam Adams was actually closed on their tap room. So I only got to talk to a couple of guys outside, and they went in and got what I wanted. But it's interesting. Some breweries are open and some aren't. It's just depending on the safety type measures and stuff. So it brings up a question. It brings up a question. If you go to a brewery to just pick up and take out like a carry out, do you leave a tip on the receipt?
I always do. I mean, you don't have to, but I always do.
I just don't know. Like I did it at one spot because when I was in Tennessee, I had to pick up, and the girl was trying to come out see if she could help me and all kind of stuff, which was fine and everything like that. I didn't need anything, but I did put a tip. But then I went to some of the breweries. I didn't really do a tip, and I thought about leaving a tip. I was like, should I have left a tip? I don't know. Like I felt bad at Sam Adams, and Sam Adams brought me a beer to try since I was a beer reviewer, and I felt bad. Like I didn't put a tip on their thing, and I was like, should I have done a tip? I don't know.
I always struggle with that too, because yesterday when I went to pick up the one yesterday from Monique, I don't think I left a tip for that one. I'm just like you, and it's probably a terrible way to think of it sometimes. I always struggle, like even when you go get carry out food, like should you tip? Like I mean, the person really is just literally just getting the food and handing it to you. I mean, it's not like they're waiting on you,
Yeah.
But that's my struggle with it, like because I know they're not making any more money just because of the situation, but it's like, I don't know, I always struggle with that. Oh, well, like yesterday, it was a 4-pack. She basically just opened up the fridge, standing 5 feet away from me, turned around and handed it to me. I gave her my card. She swiped it, handed it back. So I was like, I don't know. That's a very good question. I'd like to know
I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, people in the comments, do you guys tip when you do a pickup? Let us know as well.
I don't think it's right or wrong anyway. Either way, I don't think in that scenario. I don't know.
I don't even know if they expect you to tip. It's kind of like I did it sometimes. I mean, if I'm having a conversation or kind of talking about some different things and we got that interaction going, I'm more apt to leave a tip. But if I walk in and say, "Oh, just give me that" or whatever, I may not tip. But it might just because I'm just not thinking. But then I thought about it after the fact too. Like with some of these guys actually there, they're probably not getting a lot of business because people aren't coming out. Should we be actually tipping to help them out? Which also kind of sucks on the other point too, because like maybe these companies should pay their people more too, but that's a whole different thing. But it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of weird. I kind of wonder what people think about that, whether you tip or don't tip. Like if you go to not Jimmy John's, but if you go to what's the one place, Jersey Mike's, like they put a thing in their receipt where you can do a tip, right? If you want to tip the people for making your sandwich, but then you're like, well, if you go to Subway, they don't ask for a tip. Or other sandwich shops. So why would I give you a tip for doing the same thing other sandwich shops are doing? But I don't know.
That's a good comparison because they're actually making the food there. So it seems like for that type of place, you should probably tip them. Then I don't know. It's a weird. To me, it's just a weird case.
It's a
scenario.
Weird thing. It kind of puts you in there. And you're like, I don't know what's the etiquette or whatever. Like. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I didn't know what you guys thought about it, what other people were watching or thinking about it, but when do you tip and when do you don't tip if you're doing like a pickup, Now, if I go to BW3 or something to pick something up, I usually put a tip on that because someone did take some time away to go ahead and put your stuff together, I guess. But then.
Jesus Christ. Every fucking time.
The dogs like to get on the show as well, people, so they know when it's 9:15. Yeah, so it's kind of a weird type thing. Like, when do you know when to tip or not tip? So
now I did, and I know I didn't yesterday, and I think I did last week when I went and picked up one from another brewery. I picked up a little more then too, so I don't know if that played a part into it. I don't know. It shouldn't have mattered either way, but I don't know. I think it's more of whether just think about it or not. Sometimes when you're just there to pick it up, I don't honestly think about it sometimes.
Yeah, I just don't either. Sometimes I just think you're just there picking. Like, to me, it's no different than going to McDonald's or Arby's or like that. If you're just picking up something, but then again, it's kind of like since they use people, I don't know. I just don't know where it falls in line.
I always feel weird when I don't. But I don't always, which doesn't make any sense. You would think I would automatically just tip every time just because. Yeah. And I stand there. I don't know if you do this, but I'll stand there and I'm like, do I tip or do I don't, or should I not tip?
I think in my head,
literally don't know what to do. And I've even asked them before, be like, should I give you a tip? And they're like, I don't know, whatever you want to do. I'm like, I know that's the answer. It's going to be like, they're not going to tell you to leave them a tip because they obviously would want a tip, but.
Yeah,
I always hate that because I always just struggle with it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what everybody else would say too.
Yeah, so let's see some other people what they say out here. But Jeff is in the house. It's a little Micah as well. Slits gives you explosive diarrhea. Yeah, I haven't had Slits in a long time. Funny thing though, I actually saw online this week, and I didn't know they made these Slits like 12-pack of the Blue Bull somebody was carrying. I've never seen it out of a 40 before, so that was kind of interesting to see they had a 12-pack of those. I don't know what kind of party he was going to with the 12-pack, but he had a 12-pack of the Slits.
I've had the Red Bull. I like the Red Bull. I haven't had
the Red Bull and the Blue. Red Bull, that was in the high school years. They used to have the Red Bull back then, but the Blue Bull was out too. Mary said hello to Lep and also Jeremy earlier. And, oh, great, Jeff is here. LOL. Old George was a big-time whiskey distiller, too. Yeah, he was. Talking about George Washington earlier. Finish the glass. Cheers. Cheers, Jeff. Love that lock barrel in your pick. Is my pick? Oh, this thing? Or in Gilbert's. Okay. I was like, what's he looking? Pretty beer. Nicely stolen from Locks Lamont's website at Finish the Glass. Argus Brewery closes because of coronavirus for good. I wonder how many more Illinois craft beer companies are next. Yeah, there was a concern around some of the craft breweries with the corona that they closed the first time, and some said they had to close the second time, they may not make it. So I think you may see some people close down, but the question is, will they be picked up? Like I said, the one brewery closed down here, and then Braxton scooped them up. And other breweries we've had closed that have been scooped up by other breweries too. So it'll be interesting to see if we do see some more things out there.
We've actually had a couple new ones pop up in the last month.
Yeah, I mean, you have the opportunities for them to be out there for sure. And also, if you're wondering with the beer, I'm also drinking a little bit of the mango habanero Tennessee whiskey. Yeah, I'm getting into their stuff there. Yeah, Moose Gal, that sucks for sure. How do they not have sales while the country is getting drunker than ever? Well, that's a good question. But here's the thing, like, depending on who they are, one, if they're in an area where people like craft beer, but two, craft beer can actually be a little bit more expensive for people. And so there's a lot of people out there also struggling to make ends meet that may not have the jobs, as we know, for some of the unemployment taking place. So some people may not be able to afford to drink some of the craft beer they were used to drinking before when they had a job, too. So that might be a part of it as well, depending on the area. Definitely sad all the way around for sure. We call that the beer call. Detroit has great breweries. You just have to be willing to step into Detroit to get beer. Well, don't you guys have the big liquor store, right, that Paul went to up there when he came up? Wasn't there a liquor store you met Paul at?
That was over in Pontiac, over by the Auburn Hills area. Pontiac area.
I just know next time in Detroit, I'm going to go see if Les is over there at the pawn shop. Is that show even on anymore? The pawn?
I don't think
Hardcore pawn. That's what it was. Yeah. Truth. Body Snatchers. Well. Thoughts from Brew Brown Brewers Association survey: 46% of craft breweries say can be forced to close within 3 months by Justin Candle, April 7, 2020. Yeah, so that's what I was kind of alluding to there as well. With some of these craft breweries, the margins are so thin that, some are still doing it because it was a growing hobby and they're just trying to make a little bit of a living off of it. Even when they're doing it, a lot of times either their spouse or themselves might have a different job. They're actually still making ends meet. They're not like getting rich off anything like that. So less people in means less sales. That definitely can take an effect for sure. And then, here we have one of our breweries like Sonder Brewing, which is one of our new up and coming breweries. They're doing like 2 for 1. You can buy 2, you get 1 free on the Crowlers, which I think it kind of hurts them when you guys start doing those kind of deals. But for them to get people in there, they got to be able to do that. So they're cutting their margins some to be able to get people in house to do it. I watch so much of Bar Rescue. Every time I see something, oh, you're screwing yourself, man. Come on, man. I start going to John Packer voice. But yeah, so some of the breweries are definitely going to be affected over these next few months with things still happening, especially if we do get hit with another wave. So it'll be interesting to see going forward who comes out and where people are at. Not having the beer festivals isn't a good thing either. I just mentioned on JV's channel earlier that I saw some breweries starting to send in their entries for the Great American Beer Fest. So there's no beer festival there, so they're mailing it in. They're probably going to do like some type of Zoom type thing or something, I'm sure. But, not having people actually there to do the beers, that hurts the industry.
Hope they're not using the U.S. Postal Service because it'll never make it on time.
Wow.
Well, the Postal Service used to be fine. It would get there, right? So, yeah. Like they're moving boxes and stuff like that. And that's a whole crazy thing taking place there. Which, if you ever go back and you read about the history of the post office and kind of how the founder set it up, it was never supposed to be like this company organization anyway, but that's a whole different topic. But
right.
Jeff says Erie is still your birthday. Happy birthday on another channel. Yes, and if you guys don't know, it is Erie's birthday, so wish her a happy birthday there in the comments as well. So happy birthday to you, Erie.
Yep, happy birthday.
JV says happy birthday. Jeff said, I hope they're getting paid. No idea if they consider servers, then they're making nothing and tips are expected to make it up. Yeah, right. If they're servers, then that's where the tips do make up that difference for them. Basically everybody type, making those tips. And I've talked to a few people before, and I've never actually worked in a restaurant per se, but I used to cater and do serving and stuff like that and everything. We used to have restaurants at like our university when I used to cater where people would do tips. And I don't know, I just think when you're getting a pickup, it always becomes that question of whether or not you do tip. With the times the way they are right now, it seems like now you would tip maybe a little bit more because of people struggling. But then it's kind of like you try to rationalize it in your head is where you get the confusion coming in. It's like, well, if I tip here, do I got to tip here? Do I got to tip here? Do I got to tip here? And, of course, like when we order Grubhub and stuff, we tip on Grubhub. I mean, obviously, when somebody's running to get the food, we tip, even though we get like a service fee on some stuff. But yeah.
I almost wish they would go to where they would just automatically add it to your bill.
I wish they would just pay them like $15 an hour and be
or that too. Yeah.
And I wish we were like Europe in that regard, where they pay a living wage. You don't have to worry about the tipping. It's kind of like when we went on one of the vacations down in Dominican Republic, we were like leaving tips on tables, and like the Europeans were looking over, like, "What are you guys doing?" Like, just throwing dollars around, like, because they weren't used to it. They didn't tip where they were. Like, they tell some of them not to accept tips and everything, but we leave it anyway. It was like, it's there. If you take it, you take it. If not, I mean, I guess the birds will get it, but it's there.
It's the same thing in England. We're like, where do we leave a tip? They're like, a tip, and we're like, yeah, gratuity. And they're like, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. And we're like, okay. So we didn't do it.
It's like, I think we're like one of the last developed countries, it seems, that still does that and don't have like a proper setup for a lot of our people that work there.
We seem to be the last of a lot of things these days.
Well, there were some things
we used to be the forefront.
Yeah. There were a few things we were last in before, but it's definitely got more accentuated over the years.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Stuck in our ways, and that's the only way now.
Yeah. Vanessa's in the house. Says hello. Welcome, Vanessa.
What's up,
Good to see you again, my friend. I give tips all the time, like don't piss in the wind. Right. So, there is that thing, if you give tips and, giving tips all the time, if you're going to the same places and stuff, I'm sure it benefits you in service and stuff like that as well. But even like in Canada, I mean, Gilbert's in Canada, I think they get like a living wage and stuff, but he still provides a tip there. Erie is back and catching up. Thank y'all. Well, thank you, Erie. Thank you for being here, and a happy birthday as everybody was wishing you there. And hey, Vanessa. And I was raised to give tips to those who give you services such as salons, restaurants, vehicle repair. Well, there's an interesting thing, right? Like, I've never given a tip to a vehicle repair guy, like an auto body shop.
Me either.
Or a guy that comes to get a tow, like if you're getting towed somewhere or something like that, or I just never thought about that. Now, my wife, she gets her hair done and she'll leave a tip for the salon person, obviously the restaurants, but I've known people that give tips to their trash guy before at the end of the year, like a Christmas thing or something too.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's just comfortable doing it. But I mean, if you leave a tip at a point, does it become like an insult to the person enough a tip too? If they're not usually getting tips from people as well. So, like, you think I need a tip? I don't need a tip. I got a job. I never heard anybody give back money from
right.
Yeah.
Back when I was working at Meijer, some lady, when I put her groceries in the cart, she goes, "Oh, thank you," and she tipped me $1. I'm like, "Just save it." I said, "Just save it."
When I was a kid, like, I think I was like 11 or 12. My grandmother got upset with me one time because I did some stuff there at her house and she wanted to give me some money. And I was like, "Oh, no, Grandma, you keep it. I don't need it," or whatever like that. And she got upset because I wouldn't take the money from her. And I was like, "No, you go use it for whatever you want to use it for." And she was just like, "When someone offers you money, you take money." Like, she was mad. Like, I was like, "Okay, I'll take it."
You're like, "All right, I'll take it."
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Trying to be a nice kid and tell her to spend something nice for herself. She wanted me to have it, so I took it. Yeah. Oh, but this is a little eerie. Hey, what is going on? Kentucky Brew Review in the house. Long time no see. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully you guys are doing well and having whatever we can say of a good year, so to speak, here in 2020. So, yeah, long time no see for sure. And if you guys haven't checked out Kentucky Brew Review, great guys. Had a chance to actually meet them after the last beer festival that we had in Cincinnati. We had a blast, and it was so funny because we've been there the whole time, and we didn't meet them until the actual end of the festival.
I know, like on the way out, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, on the way out, we were done, like, we were hanging out there, but I think if we would have met them inside, we would have done some damage in the festival. I'm sure we would have wrecked some of the booths.
It'd probably been trouble. It'd have been trouble.
And again, congrats, because Radar was actually on his bachelor party trip, so he is, I think, married now as well. So
that's right. Yep.
But yeah, cool crew, cool guys. Hopefully try to meet up with them again. And that's what I'm saying. If I can get down, once this thing clear up around Todd's area, because those guys are all down near you as well, Todd. So we'll have to meet up somewhere, like against the grain or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Try to get my camera set up in time. It was a little extra time than I expected. I think he was saying, oh, that's BDO in the house. So he actually missed Jeremy there because he was trying to join the chat we were on earlier. And if you guys haven't checked out Brad over at Bottom Dollar Outdoors, especially if you're like to go out and do camping and stuff like that and everything, he has some great outdoor tips that he actually shares all the time. And funny thing is, we went last week down to Gatlinburg for vacation, but apparently a lot of the outdoor activities are the way that people are going now with the whole Corona thing. Like some places are out of kayaks and canoes and backpack, all kinds of different stuff. So Brad's a great channel to check out for things you can do outdoors for those who like to get outside, do some camping and hiking and stuff. Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate that there, Jeff. Not sure what point it was offhand. I can't remember, but anytime I get a great point, I'm enthused. Dan, what camera you got, BDL? He must have one of Blake's old cameras. Jeremy actually brought a craft beer this time. Nice. And shout out to Blake TV. So Blake TV has got new internet service. For those of you that know Blake, he would have issues with internet. He's got the new internet service. Didn't drop one time on Jeremy's stream earlier. So Friday night throwdown will be epic tomorrow night, as Blake will be there the whole time. We got Paul in the house. Says cheers, Kittens PA Brew News. Make sure if you guys haven't checked out Paul over in PA Brew News, great beer. I haven't seen. I got to catch up more on Paul's things, but I haven't seen any of the paintings lately. Have you seen Paul doing the paintings?
I have not either. No.
Yeah, Paul's a great artist. If you like painting, check out some of his painting videos that he does over there, which are really freaking awesome that he puts together. He's like the drunk Bob Ross. So make sure you give him a look there. Distribution is expensive. I wish I can get some of these. And lack of sunshine, Arkansas. Yeah, distribution does definitely take its toll as well. And you got to get set up with the right distribution channels when you're a brewery to get your product moved in certain areas too. I mean, I wish we were kind of more like England in that regard, like Craig and Harry and all of them. They can go ahead and get stuff anywhere in the country. They just go online and do it, which you can go on stuff like Tavor here in some states. You can have stuff delivered that way. There's like the beer clubs they have and stuff, but not every state is open to it. Like Kentucky, you can't send beer in from one of those businesses, which is stupid. So
doesn't make any sense.
Take it into Cincinnati and go across the Graham and come back.
Well, yeah, I mean, you send it to someone in Cincinnati, which I have a friend, I've done that before, where beer went to his house and I just picked it up at work from him. But it's just like, it's 2020. Every state should allow you to have beer. Every liquor store should be allowed to be open on Sundays. Like some states still have the blue law type thing. It's kind of like, well, hey, everybody's not in your same group. Let other people have what they want. So I don't know. We still have some backward laws out there, which you guys know that. Canon M50, I was doing some bachelor party shots earlier this week and had to reset it to my video settings. Oh, he was doing some bachelor. That's dangerous. If you're shooting stuff on a bachelor party, you might catch some video on there like The Hangover that you might have to delete. You want no evidence. Saddles and ponies don't work now. Shots smash. I meant to say shots makes me think of drinking shots. Well, yeah, that's why the shot song is so good, because it makes you want to drink some shots. Hashtag just a tip. Paul never misses a shot. And then BDO starts doing shots drink here. Smash that like button, people. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate that. Grubhub, give them cash. They steal a portion of it. Yeah, and that's the issue with Grubhub. But it's kind of like Grubhub, Uber Eats, I guess, DoorDash. They all take a portion of what you're ordering. But at the same point, you are paying them for that service, so you feel bad in the restaurant part. But if the restaurants don't deliver, it's kind of like on them as well too. So Paul says pay them $15 an hour, and your $10 meal will then be $25. Good job. Well, depending on where you're at, actually, they've done it in markets, and it's actually shown not to be that much of a drastic difference for people if they went ahead and paid $15 an hour. So, with the food that people actually buy, there's such a uptick of the markup of the food. Like if you get 3 chicken breasts, right, and you pay like we pay at Kroger, like you say you were paying like, I don't know, $5 for 3 chicken breasts, whatever it may be. They get the wholesale cost they get there. but you're cutting that up in a certain amount of pieces and you're serving out tenders off of them. Off that 5, you're probably making 20 something anyway. So you're just taking a little bit back from that. So you can still keep the prices pretty comparable. Erie says, I need some shots. Same with Pizza Hut, pre-tip, etc. Yeah. And that's the funny thing. Like when we order pizza directly, some of our pizza places have like a service fee or something, or delivery fee. Like, why is there a delivery fee on here? I guess they're afraid people are going to get stiff with tips, and that helps to cover it. But again, if you paid your people more, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's an American thing. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just it goes back in history. I'm not going to go into the whole history of it, but actually, there's stuff out there where it's kind of like shows a racial component to it as well, with the way tipping goes back and how it got introduced here into the States. But a lot of countries have moved away from that. So I don't know. I just feel like we should pay everybody just as those jobs that are like the living wage type jobs where you can actually have to survive, or the companies make millions, if not billions, off of their company that they do stuff. You look at all these companies that are kind of like doing layoffs, but then they say, oh, we laid off 1,200 people, but the executives got their bonus of 500,000. Gee, that could have went to the people you just laid off, right? So companies are known for screwing people along those lines. Done with all serious comments. Where's the sexy talk? Well, give it time. We just hit the 10 o'clock hour.
Hey, Paul, since you're on here, where was the place in Auburn Hills or Pontiac where you went and had the big beer place you went to up there?
Yeah, we were talking about when you met up with Eric up there in the place you went to get the alcohol. But Erie, Alan didn't hit up the red dot for you. Jeff PA Brew, that's tomorrow on Blake TV. Yeah, with the sexy talk. Damn. We don't know what kind of talks we end up having on Blake TV's channel.
Well, and plus Shannon's not here tonight either, so that's always a guarantee.
Where is Shannon? She's off this weekend, right? Or she picked up others?
Yes, she is. Her aunt from Tennessee, her aunt and uncle actually came in town, so she went over to her aunt's house that lives here, which they're sisters, and her and our daughter, they went over there to spend the night or stay the night tonight. To visit. So
she's like a bachelor tonight at the crib. You get the whole bed to yourself versus a small part, probably. Only red dot he hisses record. Oh, Vanessa, yes, happy birthday, Erie. And hookers always get a tip. Oh, Paul, I see what you did there. Always. I got some Fireball, though. Fireball is good for shots. I tip my hairdresser not as much as Jeremy V, though. Well, look at Jeremy's hair.
This is true.
He has to put that nice tip out there. Always tip mechanics all my life. That is just something I've never seen before. Like mechanics
I've never heard of doing that either, Vanessa.
Yeah. Just Googled. Apparently, post-Civil War, most servers were African Americans and tipping as well their wages and just stuck around. Yeah, it goes back into that kind of frame. And there's actually some articles out there that people have done over the years about it, kind of that feel, we are still doing tipping. You're kind of keeping like a kind of a racist culture alive. But at the same point, you're tipping people from all different cultures when you're doing it. But you look back at the beginnings of it, it does start along those lines there. Thank you, Vanessa. There's so many jokes we can take that to, right? Don't hold back. I get tips for doing tires, goes into the whiskey fund. Well, there you go. Well, yeah, see, I've never heard about that before. You take that cash, sons. People still paying cash. You guys ever still paying cash? Do you carry cash really as much, or is it kind of like I never really carry cash? I just pretty much
no, not really.
I don't either.
Debit card.
Yeah, I don't either. My dad always says, "Why in the hell don't you carry cash?" I'm like, it's a cashless society pretty much nowadays. Yeah. I mean, you can still have it, but
I mean, you talk to a millennial nowadays, they're like, "Oh, just Venmo me." So they don't even carry cash. They're Venmoing back and forth and stuff. So I think at some point they're going to try to push that angle. Supposed coin shortage might be the beginning of that. So, like, how the fuck do we run out of coins? Like, there's coins everywhere. Right. I look down the street, I see coins on the ground all the damn time. So how are we out of coins? you want to go to a cashless society, just go to a cashless society. If you do 11 R22 changes, they owe you. Oh, it must be a pain in the ass to do that then. Baggers at commissary only work for tips. Many military members who could tip never do. Sad. Yeah, that is pretty sad. That's where I hate like the whole tipping mechanism part of it. That people get screwed on the whole tipping thing, and it's saying that they work only for tips. Like I'm just saying they don't have like an amount being paid to them as a wage or whatever. That kind of just sucks. Radar gets married in September. We actually are moving into our new studio right now. Oh, okay. So
you guys got a new studio. Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
nice. So you still got, still got some time. No, I'm just joking with you. So you got like a little bit of time before you actually get married there. Cool. You guys should do something, get some video from it, and you can post on the channel so we can see some of the stuff there. Tell us what beers you bring to the wedding too. Outdoors where the bugs are with no internet. Speaking of beers at the wedding, so there's a funny commercial. I find it pretty funny. The commercial that Sam Adams did. Have you guys seen it with your cousin from Boston?
I have not.
So there's a commercial, and it's like a guy getting married, and the guy comes in from Boston to the wedding ceremony, and he's just like one of those guys like doing the most awful like hashtag dad jokes and stuff like that. Like the jokes are just, but he's like at the Sam Adams, he's passing out the Sam Adams. It's just funny on how they kind of did that. Like thinking about when you go to a wedding sometimes and they don't have great beer there. The beer is just like, butter or milk. Like, man, I wish somebody would walk in here with some craft beer or something like that. So it's only Sam Adams he brings in there, but it's just funny.
I went to a graduation party and had Busch Light.
Yeah. Oh, Vanessa Kitty, yes, and most are immigrants as well, right? Correct. Mr. 7.5, so Blake TV must be near or in the house. BDOs always says no more drunk streams. How I didn't catch the last one on the scale of 1 to wasted as fuck. We're worried. I think the last one he had a pretty good time on the last one.
Erie, where are you right now on between 1 and wasted as fuck? All right, where are you at?
I think she's waiting till tomorrow to celebrate her birthday for the weekend.
Oh.
Paul said no painting as of late, so he hasn't done any painting there.
Paul, you should do that. Like, have a beer and say, hey, we're going to sit here and drink. I got blah, blah, blah. We're going to make this painting, and you can just do the painting more or less. Just say, hey, I'm drinking this.
Yeah. No, he does a great job on the painting videos.
Yeah, I want to see some more of those, Paul.
Definitely makes me wish I had the painting talent. I mean, he puts together some good stuff there. And he makes it so flawlessly. It's so easy when he does it. It's just like, I can't keep a pen straight for that long. And he's just all
no kidding. Well, and then creativity to see those things, to put it together like that too.
Yeah. See, Brett BDO said he was at a 3 on that scale that Erie had. Just on Facebook and Instagram. I think, who the hell knows? Damn, just a 3. He was probably past the 3. He was probably getting into it. But Arkansas is a no-ship state. Yeah, see, Arkansas is like Kentucky, where you can't ship into, or you weren't supposed to ship into, which is kind of funny. So you can't do like the beer clubs or Tavor or some of these other commercial things. Although I've talked to breweries, and breweries haven't had no problem sending me stuff to check out. So I guess it's for commercial use. It's the big thing there.
That is weird.
BDO said his next podcast is a Pier 11. Going to turn it up past 10. We still have some counties here in Texas that are dry counties. We have some in Kentucky as well that are dry counties, and down around Tennessee too. Don't know why. It's like, why would you still be a dry county? I mean,
I know.
Obviously, you have people there that might be, more religious, whatever like that. But it's like you have some people in town that probably want to have a drink. I mean, why can't they still get a drink there?
It'd be like Footloose. Where's the barn dance at?
Yeah. What do you got there? It's going to make me look like I'm going to get hypnotized here.
Holmes. That's a Holmes.
Holmes. Something side. Well, you're muted.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear the words out of your mouth. There you go.
Can you hear what I'm...
Did you see my lips go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit? So this is a 4-side, the one I've got. This one is, and I can't even remember what the hell this one is. This is, oh fuck, I can't even remember what. But it starts with a G. It's a Holmes beer. It's a double IPA. but it's I can't remember. Both of them are double IPAs in their Holmes beers. This one's the 4-side. This one is I can't remember. So
nice.
Oh well. But their double IPAs, Todd, are freaking the bomb. I haven't had their sours or anything yet. Oh, yeah. Well, you've seen Joe's thing where he messes back and forth. This is kind of like the other half, but in Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah. When I did a trade with Jeff back in, it was before COVID, so it'd have been early part of the year, February or so maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think I sent him 6 or 8. Of course, I sent him some 450 North stuff. And he sent me probably of half of the beers, 4 or 5, I think he sent me 6 or 8, 4 or 5 of them were Holmes beers. And they were all great. But you're right. It's kind of a good comparison to like other half as far as that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Other half, they were all good.
They're really good.
They're up there. Yeah.
And I think Joe's right. I think that Holmes is kind of right on that other half level. They're really, really good with their IPAs.
Yeah.
If not, maybe a little better. I don't know. I mean, I'd be pushing it, but
have you had any round of their IPAs or no?
I haven't had any of theirs as of yet. No, I haven't checked on any Holmes. But if they're on the same level as other halves, then I know they're damn good.
And it's only an hour drive for you, Eric.
Oh yeah, it's only in Ann Arbor, which is about an hour.
Okay, so you're probably about the same distance I am from 450 then to where you are to Holmes.
It's funny because you said Ann Arbor, and it reminded me of a story. We have we have the Reds here in Cincinnati, so we used to go to the Reds games, and one of my buddies would go, and he was a big Ohio State fan, right? Which means he was against Michigan. So we're at one of the games watching, and this guy has a Michigan hat on backwards over there. My friend's behind him. Ann Arbor is a whore.
I was going to say the same thing, Rod. We had shirts for football games we were playing Michigan, and it would say that on there. Ann Arbor's a whore.
And even the guy was cracking up in the Michigan hat. Wow. Yeah.
Well, I will say Ann Arbor is one of the bigger homosexual communities in the country. I will say that it's one of the bigger ones.
Ann Arbor,
really?
Yeah, Ann Arbor is, yes.
But that's
Ann Arbor is the
whore. I don't think it has anything to do with
that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I've heard.
So Tom Brenneman wouldn't be welcome there at these
Oh my
days.
God! Yeah, so I didn't think Tom Brenneman. I didn't think he would come up on this show, but yeah. So let's just say, what a jackass! What a jackass that guy is, and now he's already come out with an op-ed apologizing, and all this kind of stuff. And everybody's like, you're apologizing because you got caught saying that's, it's always about what you would do when no one's around versus what you do when people are around. And it's like he didn't realize the mic was hot or whatever he was saying, and some people in Cincinnati are like firing. Some people are like, well, give him a second chance. And it's just like, it'll be interesting. But it's big time when I'm sitting there. I see it on the local news when we're eating dinner. And then Lester Holt comes on the NBC News and they're going to get into it. And it's like, oh, great. Now we're all over the damn country with having this guy here. And he has such a nice setup from he taking over from him and Marty Brenneman doing the games. And it was going to be all him. But like NFL right away, okay, you're out for this. You're done. We're done with you. You're going. And then the Reds suspended him. Wow. People are waiting for more action to take place. I mean, I'm just watching dollars. Like, you probably can't even go home. His wife's going to kick his ass.
Hell, I was sitting there watching TV last night, and one of my best friends who now lives in South Dakota, he sent me a message. He's like, well, I guess he's not going to be around any longer. I was like, what do you mean? I didn't even know what happened. I was like, what happened? So he sent me a video clip off of Twitter. And I was like, oh, shit. So then kind of find out, it was like they sent him home. He didn't even get to finish out. He was done.
Jason Day took over at that point.
Yeah, they were like, you're out of here. And I was like, oh, he ain't going to have a job.
I'm like, he's drinking up there like Bob Uecker in Major League or something.
But that's how like the community today was like, his apology was not good enough. They were like, it was just sad. He shouldn't even. Oh, there's an Atwater. There's a
That's the juiciness and the haze.
The haziness, baby. It's the haziness. Joe, if you're watching this, you should like this.
Hashtag haze for days.
So where'd you go to? What brewery did you go to tonight?
Went over to Dimes. It's in Diamondale. Diamondale's only about 5 minutes from me. It's a little, very, very small. It's more like a microbrew. They don't have anything over 7% there.
Yeah, but you got Bad Brewing that's close to you as well.
Yeah, Bad is, yeah. Which I really love their freaking, they have a bourbon maple stout. Oh my God. Is it
I bet that
good.
is good. Yeah.
But it's a one and done. It's like 13%. It's a one and done.
They sell like.
I would start out on that, and I would keep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I had two, and I was feeling really fucking.
But
good.
I will follow the PSA, so I wouldn't be driving. So make sure.
Oh, I didn't drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they put those in crowlers, Eric?
Not at that.
They won't put that one.
Yeah.
It's good, dude. Because I was like, holy shit, this is good. And then I had a double IPA on top of that, like a 9% when I stopped it. I was fucking.
You were good to go. You were good to go.
By the time I was done, I'm like,
But yeah, Party Source, like they have none of their taps online right now because they can't keep enough people on there. Obviously, so they want the beer to go bad, I guess. But they used to have a pretty good selection there. That's where I got like that Bourbon County Crowler for like $20, $21 for one of their barrel aged versions.
For like a nickel.
Yeah, depending,
Shiny penny.
Is that correct out there? Yeah, I'll buy that. BDO said when he worked for Uber Eats, he made an average of 12 for each delivery, which isn't bad. 12 for each delivery that you're making. Again, I mean, you're close to getting up towards that 15 or whatever, so that's not bad at all. We live in Bible Belt, and you can buy alcohol on Sunday. So Erie's in the Bible Belt, and she is in the Bible Belt. Can or can't? Because you said can.
You can buy alcohol,
so she can buy on Sunday. But BDO said, "But fuck that, I can't have my pistol in the car. I prefer my rights over you getting your Whopper."
Hey, BDO, they don't have to know about it. They don't have to know about it.
I was like, "Where's BDO in a rough area?" Like.
I would say, fuck you, I'm keeping it on if I'm working with you. There's non-negotiable.
Yeah. They only know if you tell them. That's what Erie said as well. So,
yep.
Let's see here. I just saw, speaking of companies, Lyft just pulled out of California based on what they were trying to do as far as how they had to make them full-time employees of the company. So California no longer has Lyft. I don't know if Uber's going to do the same thing or not, but that's kind of interesting because that's a huge state for them to pull out of.
Probably because all the laws and all that.
Do what?
Laws and regulations. Probably.
Yeah, because the laws are going to make them full-time employees, and they didn't want them as full-time, so they wanted them as independent contractors. So they said, okay, we won't just work in California anymore. I mean, they got the power to do it from what they're doing from there. They got 49 other states. I mean, California's a huge state, I'm sure, for a business for them, but they had enough. I'm sure they looked at their books and said, hey, we can go without California.
I've tried to use my Lyft and my Uber app just to see if there's any cars in the area. There's none. There's none. And there used to be a lot, but now there's none.
Well, we had a great Lyft driver when you guys were here, so she came and got us every time.
Didn't I pick you up guys before? Yeah, you did. Yeah.
That was funny. Like, I just saw it, so I just come back by. Like, because you're going to get a good tip.
You knew we would need you. I can't remember her name, but she was really nice when she picked us up.
She was. Yeah, she was. It was funny.
Just the area I live in, the Bible Belt, the better Bible Belt. I guess Blue Sundays and no delivery, so he can't get anything there on Sundays. They see my mag as I was plugging in their phone. They never seen the AR pistol under the seat. And popping off, guys. Long day, going to Benny to rest up. Hope to catch y'all tomorrow on Blake TV. I'll be there. Yeah, definitely, Mike. Thanks for swinging by. And again, you guys haven't checked out Finish the Glass. They're newer to the scene, but check them out. They do live reviews on Monday night at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. But good people there, so make sure you pick them up as well. Vanessa, I brought donuts and pizzas to Firestone last month when they did my tires and such. Well, that's pretty nice. I've never seen anybody drop off anything like that either. That's kind of cool. Basically, I had to read up to battle at Jeff S. They changed our law a few years ago. Now the Blue Sunday hasn't been in the area for a good while. All right. Jeff S. I could beat you in my sleep. LOL.
Oh,
Jeremy puts this tip out there: as a woman on YouTube will have too many finger cramps.
Jesus.
Video's definitely video.
Come
What
on,
are you enjoying
Video.
tonight? I know
Come
you're
on,
enjoying
brother.
something good tonight.
come on, man.
Finger cramps.
Mr. Glass, we will meet again. Yeah, we'll probably meet again tomorrow night over on Blake TV for the Friday Night Throwdown. Cheers, brother, from Jeff. No cash, just credit and pay those minimums. LOL. Yeah, I mean, I don't really carry cash, but if I put on credit, I pay off my card at the end of the month each month if I do put stuff on it. But
If a card place has a minimum, I'll turn around and walk right back out.
I was thinking the minimum for the bill, like at the end of the month or whatever. But if they have a minimum for a place, then I don't really run into that. I mean, if I go to a bar, I usually get more than the minimum anyway.
Well, I mean, if I'm like going to a party store, I'm like, yeah, I'll take for the when I get back home, I'll maybe have a 6-pack or something. If they have a 6-pack there and it's like one of the cheaper ones, like, oh, you got to have $10. I'll just be like, I'll just turn around, put it right back in the freezer or fridge, and turn around and walk back out. I don't even say anything. I'm not gonna put up with something like that. Like, you got to have a minimum amount because you're getting your percentage whether or not you put the minimum amount or not.
Right.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of our places. I know there's some places that have a minimum, but none of our places that are reputable places have a minimum.
Yeah, I've never really seen that too much either.
It's all over here, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, Vanessa's seen the commercial. Vanessa's up nearer than us in the Boston area, so I was really playing like crazy up there with Sam Adams being for that part. I am waiting my ass. Don't ever want to wake up now. I am waiting my ass. Don't ever want to wake up now.
Erie,
drinking?
Yeah, how far are you there?
Are you drinking? Are you playing Call of Duty and you're trying to type something in before you get killed?
I think she's having Fireball and trying to play Call of Duty.
Wait, can he teach like Bob Ross? Actually, Paul does talk to you while he does paying. He actually does.
He probably could. He probably could.
11. They vote to send a tax dollars to the wet counties. And I need a great friend on the western side of the Mississippi that send me some moose drool and salmon fly. Trying to get a connection.
I've never had the big sky salmon fly. I've never had that one. I've had pretty much every one, but not the salmon fly.
And label it medical supplies, right? Sure. Or ammunition. I am Western Mississippi, but I have to bribe people to get anything other than nasty light. Yeah, I mean, a few of us, we definitely have done some stuff, trading some beers over time and sending some different things. And
hey, Jeff, I don't have any deals with Natural Light or drinking it.
Yeah. Blake TV was knocking out Natural Light tonight.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ended up getting like a 15-pack for like $8. Like, I got a Rod J deal. I love when people say it's a Rod J deal. Kind of
that's regular price, Blake.
Yeah. Would it offend you to know I have more P+ ammo than I could ever need? Talking the bottom dollar.
Is there like an actual ammunition shortage, by the way?
I keep
an ammunition.
Yeah. I mean, we have places here that we have places that are ammunition places.
I keep hearing that, like, oh my God, I can't get 12 gauge or PP3 or I'm like, is there really
there over the last, I want to say like 7 or 8 months, there's been some spike I know in sales, so there might be some places that are having shortages now.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Just a hell no, keep it all and never share ammo. Hey, Elbow's in the house. What is going on, Elbow? Roger,
what's up, Elbow?
Cheers. What is going on down there in Tampa, my friend? What are you enjoying, Elbow? What do you have there? I know you got something good for sure. Uber in South Arkansas. Yes, a cattle cart. Cattle cart. That's funny.
Cattle cart.
California, Oregon, and Washington also. Move out.
Wow.
Any reason you want to just get rid of video? What are you drinking tonight, my friend?
No kidding.
Yeah, we'll just see those guys from the union there. They're going to be.
Yeah. I work at Bridgestone Firestone dealer for the time being. Put all that weight in the outside of the rim. Yeah, only if I hate the person. So talking about how you can do the tire and set them up. When I seen Eric Gilbert as a recommender from Facebook, I almost blocked him based on his chin strap goatee. And I remember it was pretty cool.
Wow!
That's pretty funny. Madison River salmon fly. Let's see. He was my wife. Sold him that beer, Roger. Oh my God, elbow in the house. Full beard at bottom dollar. I just trimmed the fucking thing. Oh, that's hilarious. And then, believe it or not, I got to the comments at the end for the most part. I said, LOL, wait, I have a goatee. And
So
Elbow, here he says, LMAO, I feel the love in this chat tonight. And Elbow has a resin from 6 Point. Like I said, a nice beer. Resin is pretty damn good.
Nice.
Hey Jeff, go ahead, Todd.
No, go ahead, Eric.
Jeff, you need to have a beer like three of us do. All three of us got one. You throw one too.
I need to trim mine down here this weekend.
Yeah, I got to trim mine down.
I need to shave my head too. I just wish my hair would stop growing.
I know.
I'm not to that point. It keeps just growing. It doesn't grow in one spot. Like just all of it. Just stop. Just stop. Like, I wouldn't have to worry about shaving it.
You need a nice big old bushy beard going on.
Yeah.
I don't think the wife be like, hey, you got to trim that back, man.
Yeah. Well,
I started to do that, but it got too wiry. I just couldn't. Looked so out of place.
Yeah, well, you guys have met my wife, so I had the full beard, as you guys know, for a while. She actually liked the full beard. She got used to it after a point, and then I shaved it one day. She was just like kind of upset that I shaved it because she was like used to it at that point. So,
well, that's what happened with me. Like I'd started doing it for No Shave November back.
Yeah,
I think it was probably the year after my dad passed away, and so everybody started liking it. And I was going to shave it off, and like, no, keep it. So when he passed away, you get pictures of shit for when at the funeral and stuff. And we came across this picture of him when in his younger days, and it freaked my mom out and Shannon out so bad because it looked like me sitting there, but it was him back in the day.
Wow.
So since they were like, no, you keep your beard, because I guess the resemblance was so much like it.
Especially
like, no,
at that time.
Yeah, and they were like, no, we like it. So, but I actually grown to like it too. So it's like, all right, whatever. Now a lot of people probably wouldn't even know who I was if I were to shave it off. Now,
Yeah,
I've only seen me with a beard, so
I've started to grow mine back too.
it's like Rey Mysterio without a mask again. Jeff said I was full beard to COVID. I had not an eclectic beard, but it was getting there. BDO was drinking Son of a Peach from RJ Rocker's Brewery. Nice. I do a full beard during the winter and do that shit and work in a hospital during COVID. I am jealous, not beard having. Just having a great time. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't mention you. Well, there you go, right? Yeah, that's how you let people know, right? If you mention them. Ray without a mask is perfection. Again, here she goes with the whole Ray Mysterio thing.
God, here we go. Here we go.
Eclectic says, damn, what I missed. Well, we missed your wife now talking about Ray Mysterio again. That's what you missed there.
Alan, you need to do clean shaven and put yourself back on the YouTube there, buddy. I want to see a clean shaven.
Oh, he can't. It's trademarked. You wouldn't ask Don King to cut his hair. You can't ask Alan to cut his beard.
That's true.
That's his trademark now.
He can still be
eclectic beard.
He can still grow it right back out.
But it's the eclectic beard. It's his icon. He can't cut it.
Come on, man.
Just like Don King can't cut his hair.
Don King can cut his fucking hair.
He can't. Did you ever see the movie? That's his crown. He can't cut his hair because that's his icon now.
Nobody would know who he was.
Nobody would know who he was. Which would
just like Anthony Davis, he can't cut the unibrow. So
Alice said, "Yeah, right." Alice said, "What up, Brad?" And he said, "Everything go away." Eclectic beard.
I don't want to hear it, Alan. I don't want to hear it.
Me being jealous of your beard, Alice. Jeff's jealous of Alice's beard. Every time I talk about Ray, Alan shows up. I'd have to do a week's worth of content first, right? Yeah, if you were to shave it, but it is funny whenever we do talk about Ray, then Alan does show up. Perfect timing every time.
Now wait a minute. It takes you a week to get that beard to get that fucking long.
That's what I was going to say. That's got to be a year's worth for sure.
I think for him to get it started back where he had a beard, it would take a little bit longer, I believe. Yeah. I mean, that's fast growing.
Dude, your fucking facial hair grows way too fast, bro.
It'd be like a chia pet. Get it growing that fast. Like, what the hell?
Jeff says, just so we all know, Alan danced to the electric slide. So, yeah, this goes back to Jeremy's. We were talking about Alan dancing there. Eerie, because you're talking about a fictitious future husband. Well, I mean, Ray is real.
Yeah.
He's real.
But you better be giving the eclectic, get off the internet. Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there, BDO. I see what you're doing there. So, how many peach beers did you have, Brad?
No
you
kidding.
Were fire tonight. The eclectic 5 o'clock shadow. We got Alex the Beer Master in the house. What is going on, Alex?
What's up, Alex?
Cheers. And if you guys don't know Alex the Beer Master, definitely check him out as well. He actually has his Food with Alex Fridays tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern. So make sure you show him some love there. And Alex, great time from my home state of Jersey. So rocking it out, doing the different beer reviews as well. So make sure you check out his channel, what's all going on. Because I know this beard is over here old, but in a week I wouldn't feel naked. He'd have enough on in a week that he felt comfortable. I could shave tonight and wake up with your shadows. You just say Alex at 8:14 or so. 8 to 14 or so. So BDO's going through. Eric Gilbert, I'd be more than 5 o'clock shadow by 5. Smash that like. Also, Rajay. Thanks, brother. Show some love. Cheers, Alex. Alex is thanking my friend. Yeah, Alex, keep doing what you're doing, my friend. Always appreciate you.
Alex, keep doing what you're doing.
Let's get it to 40. Are we getting up there on stuff? I didn't even know. But yeah, I didn't get to any beer news yet. We had some beer stuff we talked about earlier, but I didn't get a chance to pull up any of the beer news.
Hey, Alan, just so you know, this is like 2 fucking weeks right here, 2 to 3 weeks right here.
Yeah,
and it's only grown this much.
Let's see. What do we have over here? We did have Budweiser wants to be Utah's official state beer, suggests can with Delicate Arch and LDS Temple that they would have put on the label. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, when you put a guy with like wives or something, if you're going to Utah, like
with a bunch of them,
you'd have like 10 wives, like I'm this drunk. I'm 10 wives drunk.
I'm 10 wives drunk. You're damn fool if you get that drunk.
Oh man. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Brewery debuts a Dole Whip flavored beer that allegedly tastes like the popular Disney treat. That sounds interesting. Pickle beer from Pittsburgh. How to try the new beer before it's gone. So we got more pickle beers coming out. We got pickle beers. We got mustard beers. We had a hot dog beer. Yet we have not seen a ketchup beer. So if you get all those together, it'd be one hell of a cuvee. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
The hot dog, the ketchup, the mustard.
That's a hard pass for me. That's a hard pass.
Well, and then was it 4 or 5 years ago? There was a sriracha beer.
Yeah, that was Rogue. Rogue did the sriracha beer.
Yep.
So yeah, so they put a little spice on it.
And the bottle looked like a sriracha bottle.
Yeah, it was like a bomber too for like $12.99. It was like, yeah.
I actually kept the bottle because I thought it was kind of cool.
I did do the beer. It's on the channel here. One of the reviews I've done with it. It was an interesting thing. I ended up getting a Rod J deal on it, so I didn't pay the $12.99, but it definitely wasn't worth $12.99 in my opinion. But it was definitely unique. It was interesting. Now the one I just did a review on, the Cherry Choctabulous, was a pretty damn good beer. That was like chocolate covered cherry that you were drinking. So I did enjoy that one from Rogue.
From Rogue.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't had anything from them in forever.
Yeah, I picked it up at one of the spots when I was getting beer. So, that looks interesting. Let's give that a shot.
But their stuff always sounds really good, and it just never holds up for me. Like it's always like, like all right.
Yeah, they're
No
one
more.
they have like their Morimoto Pilsner, I believe. That's actually one of the Pilsners I do like the most. Actually, I got the bottle up on my shelf there. I only got like 2 beer bottles I kept. One is the Morimoto, and actually the other one is Rogue. It's the Extra Guy Dead Ale. I like that one too. So.
Yeah, of course that's classic there for them.
Yeah.
I've had that one too. That's pretty good.
Just that my beard took me 3 years to grow, 2 minutes to shave off. Yeah. Alex said, cheers to you, Alan. Lions fans fail everything. Shots fired. Eric Todd Rajay, at least you didn't find random cheeses and M&Ms in your beard. No, I have not had that happen. I have not had that happen as of yet. Oh, and he said, what's up, Erica? Saving lunch for later in the beard. Yeah, you might want to snack later on. That sounds like a good way to puke behind the hot dog stand. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend putting those beers together. I'm just saying those beers have been made. I'm not saying why they were made, just that they were made. These are not much, just relaxing tonight. And Brad, I don't let them sit long enough to find them. My beard put the ones that are wayward in my mouth. Oh. Man, wow, I'm typing like I've been drinking and I've had nothing, right?
Right.
Yeah, and not buying it. Birthday girl and that had nothing to drink. What?
Usually Erie's a coffee drinker at night a lot of times too. So
God, I don't know how people can drink coffee at night and go to sleep.
Yeah, caffeine doesn't.
Caffeine
doesn't bother me like that.
It does. It bothers me a lot.
I think I built up enough of a tolerance where I'm good to go with it. Is what it is. So I'm going to crack this baby open. I haven't even done this yet, but I'm going to do a review on it at some point. This is actually the Xanadu Hazy IPA.
Ooh.
And so this one comes in at 7.3% ABV. It is actually from Wise Acre. And I picked this up when I saw it because I've heard so many good things about Wise Acre. I was like, first time I seen one of their beers, so I said, you know what? I'm going to grab it. It says brewed and canned by the good folks at Wise Acre Brewing Company in Memphis, Tennessee. MemFresh is a series committed to consistently putting out the freshest hoppy beers. Drink it quickly as freshies are besties when it comes to hop-forward styles. So, going to go ahead and check this out. But you know what? They say drink that. And guess what I don't have on the can?
No date.
No date. So how are you going to tell me it's the freshest thing? You don't put the damn
I was just going to ask you. I was going to say, is there a date?
You motherfuckers.
Damn you.
You're going to have to bring that up in the formal review. Like, dude, how can you say it's the freshest when there's no date?
Yeah.
I've been sipping on.
When I do the review, I'll hit on that point on it. But
oh, Todd, I've been wanting. I've seen people have that, and I've been wanting to try it.
Oh, Untitled Art. Yeah, I just went through a whole thing at Jungle Gyms. I didn't buy any, but I was in there cutting their aisle, and they had so many good Untitled Art beers there.
This one's really good. It's really good.
I mean, sometimes when you go to buy some of these damn beers, you're almost like, can I just like have part of my check direct deposited here so it's on account? So I
like
can
a kid.
Yeah.
Kid in a candy store.
Take your hand and go right the cart.
Bomb Down says, we're going to tell them about the magic fingers. You have broken the code. I did find spaghetti sauce in mine. It's called Flavor Saver. And the beard. I love coffee. I drink so much a day. Yeah, I usually do as well.
Oh,
I love coffee so much. Like this morning, I went to make a cup of coffee, and I usually have a big cup, like a 32-ounce cup, and I put a couple cups in there, or however it fills up to the rim. I had none of them, and I was like, I had to get a small cup, and I was kind of pissed. I had to get a small cup because I had to come back later, make a cup later on. It's like I want all the coffee right there, right now. So my wife, she's just like, did you get your coffee before you go anywhere in the morning? Like, I'm not going with you to any coffee. Like, like, what do you mean? I'm good. Like, no, you haven't.
No, you're not.
You're going to be at the whole time. So I got to have my coffee. You guys need my mailing address? Yeah, at some point, probably so.
Jeff, you need to send us some of that beer down south.
Well, he needs us to send him beer because he can't get it.
Yeah.
I still need to get beer. I'm gonna have to.
I take amphetamines to relax. Coffee is my Benadryl. That would be one hell of a mix, my friend. Let's see here. What else we got? Excuse me. So scrolling through the mail. Trying to see. Come on, give me some beer news. There is a Dunkaroos beer now. You guys remember Dunkaroos, the cookies?
Yeah,
the little cookies you dip into the tip or whatever.
Todd should know Dunkaroos.
Todd's trying to remember.
I'm trying to think. Sounds familiar, but
Lopez would say, "You remember?
Sounds familiar."
So there's a Dunkaroo beer that's brewed with cookies and sprinkles that taste just like the old cookies. So the beer is designed to taste like the old Dunkaroo cookies.
No, you need to get an actual Dunkaroo cookie and then drink the beer and see.
They have those at some places too. They've had those at some places as well where you can do the Dunkaroo cookies.
Pull up a picture of it. I'm trying to think of what it looked like.
Let me grab it here. You'll probably see it and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember."
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, because it sounds very familiar, but I'm just trying to picture it in my mind, but I can't think of I can't think of it offhand.
Here you go. Let's scroll down. The beer is Dunkaroos. The cookies were Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos.
Ale with cookies, vanilla, cream, and sprinkles. 8% ABV.
Probably
and lactose.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah. That's definitely dessert beer in a glass.
Yeah.
There's a picture of it there. Poured. Sold out. Mother suckers. Yeah, so interesting beer, as people go for the novelty. Oh, look, there's the mustard beer again.
Oh, God. Come on.
There's the Dole Whip beer I mentioned earlier. So, yeah. French's mustard. That was from Oscar Blues that put that together. Come on, Oscar Blues. You guys made 1050. Why you messing around?
Right. No kidding. Just why?
The BBA 1050 on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that too. It's an upsetting way to live, Bill says. I'm not kidding. He's talking about the amphetamines and the Benadryl. Malta's in the house. What is going on, Swami? Cheers, my friend. Yeah, it definitely has been a while. And if you guys don't have Malta in Montreal, Swami does some great stuff there. He's been drinking more beers, I know, but also some of the whiskeys. That's where he kind of built it out there.
Now, where's Malta out of? Yeah, is Malta out of Montreal? Oh, yeah.
Malta in Montreal. Oh, you got it. Us Americans, we figure things out if we give us enough time. Joe says, "Hey, you there? It's been a long time. And welcome." Oh, Jeff Gilbert kind of gave the puke sign there, talking about the other beer. Interesting color for a Dunkaroos beer. Yeah, I remember Dunkaroos being out, but I was older past that point when they came out, so I never tried them. But I just remember them being out there. Sweet beer, just wise. Some people like the sweet beers. Like there's some good dessert beers that are out there. I'm not sure how that's going to appeal to people, but enough people wanted to try it that they sold out. So I miss when beer tasted like beer. Now everything tastes like the Trick Travis nutsack. That's a good way to put it. I've never had a good Oscar Blues beer that explains a lot. Really?
You never had the Dale's?
You never had 1050 Dale's Pale Ale?
No kidding.
Was it a Good Night? They do a lot of good beers. Over there. Yeah. But it could be the palate. Your palate may not enjoy them either, too. So it's just a
true.
Me, I can't see it. Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, there's different phases that they go through, and dessert beers are a big thing. For instance, the
Oh, mile wide.
The Dragon's Milk beers are a lot of them are dessert beers and their variants. So those stouts are really tasty as well. So
A lot of people like them, and some people think they're shit.
yeah. But to Swami's point, yeah, I mean, there are some that do miss that. You do have still some good beers out there that are traditional type beers, that aren't trying to be the novelty to follow up on stuff. But it's funny because he said that, and it reminds me of an old stand-up that Dennis Leary did one time, talking about just trying to order a regular cup of coffee at Starbucks and all the trouble he had. So Dennis Leary is still a great comedian. Back in the 90s, he was like on fire doing this stuff, but he was at Starbucks and he was like, trying to go through. He said, want a cup of coffee? And the guy was like, do you want a venti or blah, blah, blah? And he's going through and he's like, first you got to understand what the guy's even saying because he got a tongue ring. You can't understand the words coming out of his mouth. And then you're like, no, I just want a coffee. And he's like, do you want espresso? Do you want latte? You want this? And how Dennis Leary went into the old rants. It's just like funniest skits that I saw that he had done before. But yeah, with beer, it's kind of getting that way as well. Like some people just want a nice classic beer, and I have a classic beer once in a while. I've got some beers coming out on the channel that are going to be part of the Yingling series. So I'm going to be doing some of their beers, which are going to be anything out of the ordinary, but it's going to be the black and tan. It's going to be the light, the traditional lager, and their new flight one. And then I'm going to probably do some other stuff. I had some comments when I did the Bud Dry. I'm sorry, the Bud Ice. Remember Bud Dry, though? You remember Bud Dry?
I hope they come back out with Bud Dry because I
remember Bud Dry back in the day, and I used to drink that as well, but doing some more of those kind of beers as well. So I'll be bringing those back to the channel some. But, yeah, the Bud Dry I actually did like.
I don't know that I've actually ever had a Bud Dry.
I've never had. I was too young when it came out.
Yeah.
I think it was like what? When did it end up going off the market? Was it end of the 90s or something, or mid 90s or 90s?
94.
I remember drinking it through college and stuff back then. I left college like back in 93 or so.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Let me see here. Jeff says, I know my palate is not a dessert beer. To me, it's a roast for that's a good one too. Cheers to Unadapted. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Yeah, I do like a good roast for sure. Jeff said he knows my palate is not, and it is. It's a matter of where your palate fits in and stuff. Some dessert beers can be too sweet that I found. Like you don't even finish the whole bottle of it because it just becomes too syrupy and too sweet. But there are some that are just rock solid. So that's the fun thing about experimenting with craft beer. BDO did not like Dale's Pale Ale. Thought it was like piss in a can. I went to Yellow Pills to one of my Poison Ivy. The Yellow Pills I wasn't as huge on. I think Dale's Pale was a good pale ale.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Pale ale is another good one. But like Rob said, if you don't like it, then you don't like it.
Yeah.
Every pale
I've had friends that thought they didn't like certain beers, and I put a beer in front of them that kind of matched up to kind of their palate a little bit. And they're like, "Oh, this is really good." And it's like they just didn't know. So you're not going to like everything.
Well, it's just like me. You guys love the slushies from 450 North. I thought they were junk. I was like, man, I don't really care for these. But I like their double and triple IPAs, but their slushies I thought were not good. But you guys like them.
I don't even know right now. It sounded like you said that made no sense to me, and I believe you did say some shit that made no sense.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? No, we don't.
Who is the guy on the show right now?
The slushies are junk. They're junk.
No, but it does definitely play to your palate and what you like about it. So, yeah. So, footnote to Todd: don't send slushies to Eric. Send them to Rod. So.
That's right. I'm only gonna send the coconut slushies to Eric.
Oh, there you go.
I'm to make sure I put the video on it.
Yeah.
And only to you.
Yeah.
I would actually try.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is like the other part of Jeff say his palate had not expanded, but our palates do change over time, and I knew people that first time they had a barley wine hated it, but they enjoy them now.
I was one of those.
It's like things just change over a period of time where you might start to enjoy stuff, and as we get older, we actually lose taste buds, and something that might be too sweet now for you later on might not be that same way. You may enjoy it later on as well. It's just the different things to try.
When I first got into craft beers, one of our local breweries here, New Albanian, they had a Optimus. It's called Optimus. It's a IPA.
Yeah.
and tried it for the first time at a beer fest, and it was the only beer that I poured out. I was like, no, this is terrible. And now I was like, I love IPAs. So you just get accustomed. You just get accustomed to, different flavors, the bases of them, the malt base, the thicknesses, viscosity of them, whatever. It's just like anything else. It just becomes an acquired taste after a while. Like Shannon doesn't. She hates like hoppy beers. I mean, she got to a little point there when she was dabbling in it, and she's kind of like, "That's not bad." Some of them she can, stomach some of them, but for the most part, she won't drink them.
Yeah, I have a friend that she really hates IPAs until she had Bell's Two Hearted. She's like, "That's the only IPA I can actually enjoy." So it's a matter of what you're finding, and my wife hated some of the. She didn't. Hey, she would drink a beer in there, but she used to be more of like a Stella European lager type thing, or some of the other straight lagers, until she found the whip beer style introduced her to. Then she started liking a lot of the whip beers, and then she started enjoying those more. So it's just a matter of finding what fits your palate, and as it evolves. Like she won't drink stouts, she won't drink IPAs. She doesn't like those and everything. But she did find other styles she likes, and she likes sour beers. She likes some of the sour stuff. So it's like we go to the restaurant. I'm like fucking the third fucking server there, like to pick out what she wants to drink.
Yeah. Now Shannon will drink stouts. She don't like. She doesn't like barrel aged stuff because she doesn't like bourbon.
Yeah,
and she doesn't. So she don't like them barrel aged, but just a regular stout, she'll drink. Yeah. But she doesn't like porters very much.
Oh, really? Well, I mean,
yeah.
Stouts are porters technically.
Right. But she likes the thicker. Yeah, she thinks porters are too watery. Yeah.
You go with the malted roast versus the unmalted. So yeah,
right.
For her. But yeah. Let's see here. Erie, you brought up the Z word. She said, "Well, apparently we need to live in Japan to get Zima. They still sell it there." Yeah. See where it's at? It's in Japan. It's in Japan. And they have some wacky ass shit happening in Japan. You ever watch some of the stuff they're doing over there? So yeah. But you're missing Modelo Gelato Lime. I've never had the Gelato Lime.
I haven't had the lime either. I haven't had that.
And I'm not really sure you're missing it. I don't know, but
it's like Office Space. I've been missing a lot of work. I need to watch that movie again. That's a classic movie.
It is a classic.
Let me see here. Question says, "Step away for a match and miss folks coming in." Yeah, things are always changing. Things are always happening. Welcome all that have stepped in and smashed that like for Roger. But thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that, my friend. I don't want slushy.
Oh, God.
Well, that's what Eric was hitting the slut. The slushies are good though. I mean, they're like a 7-Eleven slushie for adults, right? Because they got alcohol in it. So
I would say I'll pass on them.
I thought you liked them, so you drank them.
I drank them, yeah, but did I like them?
I don't know who you are anymore. I've had beer in a can that I've actually hated, then had them on tap and loved them. Dragon Stout being one of them. Yeah, anytime you can get on draft, if everything is run right, draft is always better. Draft is always going to be better. Getting out of that versus the can or the bottle. I mean, no one's going to ever dispute that fact, and I mean it's just known. But I've been in some bars where sometimes you got to make sure the draft lines are ran proper. Like sometimes if they're not, it won't come out as good. But if it's solid, then you'll be good to go with it. And I love Dragon Stout. This we know. Vanessa loves Dragon Stout even more than me. So
yeah, she's
putting kegs
the queen of the dragon.
Yeah. And hell, thank you, Jeremy, Roger Rocks. You rock, my friend. And again, if you guys haven't checked out Jeremy V, do check him out. We want to definitely get him up over to the next level. I think we're trying to get him to 300 right now, so make sure you check him out and sub to his channel as well. And especially if you like music, freaking Jeremy, the guitars are fucking awesome that he does on there.
He should be soaring past that number.
Is it taste shift? No doubt. Yeah, it definitely is, and it happens over time. Although I don't think I'll ever like a shandy. At least not Lonnie Kugel. I'm nothing's changing. No. Thing for me. That's you talk about beers that are sweet. That's one beer that's too sweet for me. It just becomes like a syrupy mess after a point if you're trying to drink like the Line of Cool Shandy. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people get happy about it when spring and summer hits, but for me, it's no. Now, if you're going to chug it, you might get away with it, but if you're sitting there trying to enjoy it like a regular beer, I feel like it loses something. That was a cheers, Jeremy V. Oh, Street Side. You know, Street Side is always awesome. Unfortunately, Street Side did one of the Blackest Beautiful beers, and they did it when I was out of town in Tennessee. And when I got back, they had sold out of all of them already. So I didn't get a chance to pick up their version for when I do those beers. But Street Side is one of my favorite breweries in Cincinnati. You know, sometimes people ask me like some of the breweries I like here or my favorites. Braxton is top 3 for me. Street Side is top 3 for me at this point, and I would say probably another one would probably be Mad Tree. I know you guys didn't get the best experience because it was kind of crazy there when you guys went for a soccer night and it was packed.
I like Listerman.
Yeah,
Listerman. That's what I was going to say. Listerman. Yeah, Listerman there for me.
Listerman's a top 5. Listerman would be like in the top 5 for me. Listerman, and then I think up and coming like Sonder probably be in top 5 for me along those lines. After that, I would get into like the Rheingeist being a solid one here. I would get into the 50 West being a solid one here. Trying to think of some of the other ones that stand out. Brinks Brewing is another one that stands out. That's one that they've actually medaled out at Great American Beer Fest. They've been doing some good things as well. And there's just so many breweries here. Wooden Cast does some good stuff. Over in Newport, I took you guys to also. Darkness does good. Okay. They do good beers. So
that was a cool little brewery.
Yeah. So I need to get back over there at some point as well and do some video from their brewery. They got the open door policy. They want to come over and set up stuff. They're on board with it and to try some of their beers and stuff like that. We got another one called Burkus that's actually doing some pretty good beers, but I haven't been over there yet. Kind of a unique concept where it's a brewery versus and a circus together. They kind of have different acts taking place. Fretboard is another one doing some great things here. So, I mean, it's just so many different breweries we have. And then it's kind of like we're getting stuff in from Columbus and Indianapolis and Louisville and Lexington. So we're getting like Milewise dropping their beers here. We're getting stuff from Thirsty Dog. We're getting stuff from Warped Wing. So many different beers. That's why it's so hard to pick out beers sometimes when I go places. It's just like you go to Jungle Gyms. It's just like the wife doesn't even go with me to Jungle Gyms anymore. It's just like, where are you going to Jungle Gyms? All right, see you in a couple of hours because I'm not coming out. I'm not coming out for a while. It's like I'm going in. I'm prepared. I'm suited up. I'm going to be there for a bit. So, gotta love the area. Gotta love the beers that are here.
Rod, speaking of Mile Wide, I picked this up last week when I went by there to pick up their Blackest Beautiful beer. Have you had the Tessie?
I have not had the Tessie yet.
So it just come out again. It just come out again last week. But when they first opened, when they first opened up, I'd say it's probably been 4 years ago now. I guess maybe this was kind of their. It was kind of the beer that put them on the map locally. Like everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that beer's great." Well, they craft beers, different versions of beers, not different, but the same beer, but not always the same, right? Because it's craft, And it kind of went down a little bit, but they said I don't know if they changed the recipe maybe at some point, the way I gathered, but this beer was to what they're saying was just like the very original one that come out. And I have to agree with them. Like it was the very first one that I had from there was fantastic. And this one is fantastic too. And I've had some in between. I've been like, yeah, they're okay. But so I was like, I saw it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick it up again. And it's really good. It's drinking really good.
Well, that McPoyle stout they do is actually pretty good too. And then I forgot what the IPA I have for them. They have an IPA and a double IPA I have for them. They're both pretty decent.
Yeah, they had a barrel aged McPoyle a year ago, I think, which was really good.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Let's see here.
And that's a cool place too. So yeah, if shit ever gets back to normal again, we'll definitely have to do another Cincinnati brew hopping and try to get Joe down, and you guys come here, or we can come here instead, and then Joe come here, or hell, we'll go to Michigan or whatever.
Even where Eric is in Michigan and stuff, too, or whatever. So
Yep.
hopefully next summer it'll get back to where you can actually go out and not have to worry about shit too much anymore, and maybe we can do that again.
I mean, some people are doing that now, and it's kind of like
Well,
out there and mask up and do. I mean,
they are,
yeah. I mean, which I guess you could do, but you got to be careful. I mean, people are still finding stuff out. I saw a couple stories earlier today, and I don't want to sound like a dick or whatever, but it's kind of like somebody went out and they got it right. They didn't wear a mask, and then they ended up basically dying from it, which is awful. But then the daughter was then on the news, like blaming, the president from it happening to him, which he played it down. But at the same point, that person has ownership as well.
Right.
Like, you knew all this other data was out there. So it's kind of like you can say maybe it was played down by Trump. But at the same point, where's your responsibility to make sure you're okay?
Right.
And so
do your own research.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's ever going to change. So we may be doing masks for a while. I mean,
I think so.
So, but yeah.
Well, hell, I just got another email today that there's 2 more. So last Thursday, I think it was, where our daughter goes to school at. So we've kept her home. So she's doing the at-home school right now.
Yeah.
And so last Thursday was, let's see, 1, 2. So last Thursday would have been 6 days into it, and they had their first case. Another email today, 11 days into it now, and they've got 2 more kids that's got it. So that's 3 kids in 11 days since they've gone back to school. And I'm like, that just right there just shows, I mean.
And some schools closing down now because they're rising back up. And it's not just those kids having it, the kids they come in contact is with the teachers.
Oh, yeah.
Taking it back home to their families, or it might be stuff too. So it's a little crazy. It's just, to be a parent right now that kids in school is definitely a concern. And to be a teacher, teaching kids in school is a concern for real. So it's kind of a crazy thing that we're in. But BDO said, I love Budweiser in a glass bottle, but hate it from a can or a tap. I don't know why you hate it from a tap, though. I mean, I can see maybe the can might have a tinny type feel to it, but for the tap, it should be solid. Unless you got it, again, talking what I was talking about earlier, unless it was a tap that wasn't ran right, the tap should be the best one. Even Budweiser would tell you best from a tap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For my dad was always, of course, early years when I was a little kid, he was PBR, but then he went to Miller Lite. Started drinking Miller Lite, and he would not drink them from a tap. Said it gave him too much of a headache.
Really?
It wasn't that it didn't taste bad, but I don't know if it was all the air or whatever, the air, which doesn't even make any sense because you always put it in a cup, so it shouldn't be much air to it. But I don't know, he would always get terrible headaches from them, so he would just drink them in a can or a bottle.
Yeah,
whatever.
tap is usually the best way to actually do it.
Right. Yeah.
Jeff said I first drank rice beer and hated it, but at the same time I got the job done. Then I found out it's a taste you can build. Yeah, and actually there's a Anderson Valley out of California has a pretty unique rice beer as well. That's pretty tasty that they actually did. But it's all different. Instead of them using like the malts, they're using the rice there to ferment. I mean, there's so many different ways that people are doing. I've had tea beers that are really good too, and that kind of surprised me. So we have a brewery here in Ohio that does tea beers. And they were at the Beer Fest. I don't know if you guys got a chance to check them out or not, but they're pretty solid. So
I don't remember that one.
What is the office? Well, I used to visit the office back in the day, but now the office is at home, which is great for the commute. Well, my new guns don't make me play better. Well, Ari, did you adjust your new gun? I'm telling you, I think it's your sensitivity on stuff, maybe how you react, because you can turn up or down how the controller reacts to you. So the setting I have for turning might be different than for you or for Todd or for Eric or for Alan. Mm-hmm. And you got to find a sensitivity for how fast you react, because you may be reacting faster than what it is or even slower than what it is. So I would go in and look at the settings to make sure they fit you best for how you actually play the game.
Hey, Rod, the controller that you use that I just got on Amazon, do you think it plays different than a regular controller? Like a
Not
regular
to me.
PlayStation?
I mean, it sits in my hand a little different, but it doesn't play any different.
I feel like the sensitivity to it's different. Like
it's a little more. I guess you could say it's a little more loose. Maybe is that what you're thinking?
Well, I don't know. I ain't figured it out because when we were all playing the other night, I was using it. I was like, I ended up switching to the old controller because it felt better. Like the settings on it seem out of whack when I was using the new one. But I don't know why. It doesn't make sense.
I did go in and adjust the sensitivity to it, like when we play Call of Duty. So it actually it's a different setting than what I used to have on it. But
okay,
I feel like
I think that's what I got to do.
Yeah, I mean it's practicing with it, but I changed it and got all my settings right. And I have no problem with it now. So as far as being able to use it.
So I'm going to have to mess with it then.
At first, it felt a little bit more loose on some of the stuff. Like when I play like NBA or something, it feels a little bit different, but I've been able to adjust to it. So I didn't adjust well against you because you kicked my ass. But of all the times Todd beats me, it's during a league game.
Probably about the most I ever beat you in. Not that it's been very many times, but
usually when I play Todd, for those of you that if you watch the gaming channel, usually when I play Todd, it's like we'll play and we'll be competitive for a while. So then Todd will be up on me, and all of a sudden I'll just start like raining threes from like hell. He's like, "Yo,
every time, here we go, every time." If I win, it's by like 2 or 3 points. Rod wins, it's like 15-30. Like, we never have a close game where you barely pull one out. You always just, like, kill me. But when I win, it's always, like, about 2 or 3. But the league game, I beat you by, like, what, 18 or something?
Yeah. Spoiler, if you're playing NBA 2K20, the Pelicans are not that good, just so you know. But Williamson makes some fantastic dunks on that team. But, yeah, we got to get Eric playing because Eric has it now, too. So,
But in reality, though, I usually do handle you pretty decently in RB and I was going to say RBI, but MLB.
Baseball, we're definitely more even there.
Well, not handle you, but I usually get more wins in that than I do with you in basketball.
Well, you kill me in Madden. We don't play Madden all the time, but you killed me in Madden. So yeah, it's like tasting beer. It's a matter of what you're gravitating to.
That's right.
Some games that do better than others, and beers, same thing. So
in the shooting games, I'm fucking terrible at.
Yeah.
Hell, Erie's only been playing for like 3 weeks, and she's already better than I am.
Erie's learning. Erie's like taking notes. I mean, she's like focused. Erie is dialed in, and she's playing it like.
But she probably plays like 8 hours a day, though.
She does. She pretty much goes home with the kids. She's addicted to it. Yeah, she does. She does. I think Erie actually took this next character to a higher level than mine is. I mean, she's been playing a lot more. So, but she says a few, but not enough. And I'm talking about Call of Duty because Bomb Dollar asked what we were talking about there. Never mind. Going to order Street Side just to annoy Rajay. Yeah, Street Side is a good beer. It's a good beer. I'm up to 11 now. Up to 11 for. I'm trying to think. Kills in the last one. I have a gun that shoots a deadly projectile that you can come point at my house and practice with Alan, and I will trust you. So yeah, however, not on a day Alan pissed me off. So someone asked earlier about the sexy talk. We have arrived. Have we? Because I can guarantee tomorrow if I throw down, it'll be a lot more sexier. Found food, room, and board included. Bring a swimsuit. Sounds good to me. Really, you didn't grow up skinny dipping? Just said BDO. I'm sure BDO probably did skinny dip at some point. How are you guys not plastered? Pick up the paste boys, maybe crack open a doppelbox, grow some hair on your chest. Well, because we're not trying to get plastered on the
Yeah, we're not trying to.
It is a show that we do carry on in conversations, but.
Or at least try to.
I haven't been plastered in a long time. Safety glasses are not optional. Deadly gun and water sounds like an ID show. And I just deploy typing skills while drunk. So Jeff says he's plastered. Just putting to work while the men cook and drink beer. Oh, BDO shots fired.
Wow.
Shots fired. We got Bourbon Bounty in the house. What is going on, my friend? What is up, cranky dudes? Just drinking and talking like always. And Bourbon Bounty, if you haven't checked Bourbon Bounty out, check him out because he does some great things on the whiskeys. And I'm actually behind on your videos. I need to catch up as well. But if you guys ever want to get some breakdowns on whiskey, especially bourbon, he is the channel to also check out. Budweiser still puts me down worse than anything if I drink more than 6 a night. Really? Budweiser? Really? Violence in the house. What is going on, Cheersville? It's just Out of
Cheers.
work. Just got out of work. So what is going on? And Violet, he's in New York, so he's big on the other half as well. Him and Joe. So hopefully you're enjoying something nice here. So let us know what you're drinking there, Violet, too. I was kidding about the cranky part. Well, I mean, my wife says I am getting older. I'm becoming more crankier as I do. So it could apply. I'm just saying it could apply. I just think I'm still being the same dick I've always been. So I grew up in New Jersey. It's like it's party. So
Once a dick, always a dick.
always. Never get New Jersey fully out of you.
I did not say it.
Yes, but just alone. I have very impressive triceps. What are you doing there? Are you on a shake weight video right now?
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing, BBL? What are you doing? What are you doing?
So Rod, does she say you could take the boy out of Jersey, but you can't take the Jersey out of the boy? Is that what she says?
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
Well, she still says, like, you still got that Jersey accent. She'll hear me in certain parts, and I'm like, she's like, when are you going to lose that? You've been here, like, forever. And it's like, you don't lose Jersey. Once you're Jersey, you're always Jersey.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Jersey.
Yeah. Blake says, can I jump out of an airplane without a parachute asking for a friend? Ooh, who's that directed to?
Blake.
No. Asking for a friend.
That is still one of the funniest videos.
That was no.
We all cracked up.
Right there. He's like right there.
Oh shit!
Right there, yeah, right there. Splat.
And he just got back into the game too. That was the funniest thing. It's like I just wanted to get back in and just died. Didn't even. Oops.
Yeah.
That was the class. That was classic.
I'm surprised I didn't get more views than what it did, Rod.
If he just put like that clip alone, that would go viral for sure.
Put it on Twitter, be like, this is how you not deploy.
It was pretty funny when it happened. He says, not better than some, Blake. I'm doing good at my worst map. Look at their faces. Shaft and their hair never existed. Is shaft hair a thing now, I guess? I don't know.
If it is, I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, it's kind of a hairy experience.
Good one, Rod.
See what you did there?
Oh, let me see here. Oh, Forbes said beer taxes are set to jump. Yay, government. Yay.
Fuck off, government.
So you may see some taxes added to your beer. I got an interesting report here. It said the cost of a beer the year you turned 21. Anybody want to know what that cost of the beer is?
Just like the average price?
Like what age did you turn 21?
90. Oh, fuck.
Let's see.
98.
98? Let's see. So 98. Price of a 16-ounce beer, 86 cents. Inflation adjusted price, 136. Number 68 of the most expensive in the last 68 years. Number of breweries at the time, 1514. U.S. beer production, 198.1 million barrels at that time. What year did you turn 21, Todd?
That would have been, see, 96.
96. A picture of a past blue ribbon here. Let me see. It doesn't give a price on it though for that year. What kind of article is this? This is weird. Yeah, your year doesn't really have anything showing.
Shocker there.
It's like it just has a picture of past blue rhythms that laid off the brand Pabst laid off his brewery and staff and began contracting out work to other breweries. You may also like 50 women who broke barriers in the business. Or what? It has nothing about the beer. That's weird. Fucked up article.
It was the year of the Rajay deals, apparently.
Yeah. So I was 90, and it says, is that right? I said 99. Yeah. It says price of 16-ounce beer 70 cents. Inflation adjusted price 137. It was 65th of the most expensive in the last 68 years. At that time, the number of U.S. breweries was 284.
Damn.
So that was back then. So that's funny.
So what was 284 for you, and then what was it for Eric?
Eric, what year were you again?
98.
98. Eric was 1514.
So it's okay. That's a good 1,300 breweries.
Yeah,
Jumped then in what 8 years?
Yeah, 90 was 1.8% change from previous years. So in 89 at the time, there were 199 breweries. It shows.
Just crazy thinking. Now we're at what, over 6,000? Is that what it is?
We were approaching 7,500 recently.
Okay,
but starting to go
all
back
right.
a little bit. Let me see here. BDO says 2007. Let me see here. 2007. 2007, price of a 16-ounce beer, $1.12. Inflation adjusted price, $1.39. Number 60 of the most expensive in the last 68 years. Number of U.S. breweries at that time was 1511. Yeah, so $1.12 was the price of a 16-ounce beer at that point. Now, you have to wonder, what were you getting for that beer? It might have been.
I was going to say, what kind of beer was that?
Bud Light or something, maybe, but it doesn't. I don't think it says in the article which beer you were getting. It was kind of like the average cost, maybe.
It should do a 24-ounce beer, not a freaking 16.
Yeah, it says the average price data for a 16-ounce malt beverage. So I was just looking at the averages.
Malt beverage. So it'd be like a Four Loko or something.
Yeah, could be. Could be a zero.
Four Loko Gold.
Have you had Four Loko Gold?
I've had Four Loko Gold.
Yeah.
And you poured it out, right?
I think I did. I think I exactly.
You didn't finish it all?
Fuck no.
Why would you? It's a Four Loko. Why would you finish it all?
I mean, I know people that finish Four Loko. Just because you didn't finish Four Loko, Todd, doesn't mean people can't finish Four Loko.
Well, Eric didn't either, so it's not just me.
I didn't finish it. I did not.
Yeah. I don't know why you would want to finish a Four Loko.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you want to?
I feel like a Four Loko would be a share can, so you would have some friends around you.
amongst 20 of your best friends.
Yeah. I feel like Four Loko is like the axe of alcohol. You know,
everybody gets 1 ounce. You just get 1 ounce pours.
No, you shouldn't get any pours, Todd.
True.
Like if a
but
bar
you got
ever,
at least have an ounce anyway.
If a bar ever put Four Loko for sale in it, I would have some questions for them. Like, what kind of crowd are you looking at?
You're right. What are you trying to? Yeah, exactly.
You just can't push this, man. We're getting it to the point where you can go.
Like, we just want people.
No one wants to go where Four Loko is at.
Oh God.
So we talked before about the mustard beer. There's actually also, because now it's a battle, a Flamin' Hot Cheetos beer.
I've seen that.
And the question is, can Flamin' Hot Cheetos versus French mustard beer? Can Hot Cheetos out Cheeto them? I guess I don't know what they're saying here.
That's got to be better, though. That just has to be better.
A fiery crunch cheese beer, 5.2% sour beer brewed with Cheetos Flamin' Hot snacks.
It's a sour?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know about that.
Martin House Brewing. Yeah.
That just seems like an odd combination.
Yeah, and then they got Geta beer, too. And Ty, you know about Geta, but they got Geta beer that was just done as well. Yeah, right? Perfect response to that. Like,
yeah, okay.
It's like, I don't know what you're thinking about here. I feel like there were people high. I feel like there were people high in the brewery that day to come up with these things. And somebody's like, you know what we should make?
It's like, we're just gonna throw it at the wall and see if it sticks. Okay, that one wins.
It's like,
this is what we're brewing.
You know what we should make? It's like, man, you're crazy, man. That's a crazy idea. But let's do it. Let me see here. Bottom DDO says 1990. Goddamn, still watching Tailspin. Believe it or not, I knew people watching Tailspin in 1992. They might have been a little high, but they were watching Tailspin as well. And Ren and Stimpy back then, right? So Ren and Stimpy is coming back out. They're bringing Ren and Stimpy back out. So
that was actually my nickname. My college, the couple of years I played college baseball, because my last name Ren, so everybody called me Stimpy.
That's funny.
That was my name, was Stimpy.
That was some crazy stuff to watch too, if you were in the right set of mind. But they're bringing it back out. Right. So let's see. Erie says she was 21 in 2008. I had to go back to find this thing here. I
think they're bringing back out Beavis and Butthead again, aren't they?
Are they? I didn't see that. I didn't see that one.
I think Comedy Central might be picking it back up again.
In 2008, the price of a 16-ounce beer was $1.16. Inflation adjusted, $1.39. Number 61, most expensive in the last 68. At that point, number of U.S. breweries, 1574.
Oh, creeping up.
Yeah.
Is Mike Judge still going to do the voices?
I don't know.
It would seem wrong if he wasn't.
I know.
Yeah. At 21, I was drinking Mad Dog 2020 and watching it down with Jack Daniels and Red Stripe. You know what? At 21, I think a lot of us are drinking Mad Dog as well still, or if not Boone's Farm, or maybe
fucking touching Mad Dog 2020.
You never had Mad Dog 2020? You had it in high school?
Fuck that.
But you had it in high school then.
No, I just said here. I just passed it on. I was like, nope, I don't want
it. You never had Mad Dog 2020?
Never had it.
Oh,
take it from us. You don't want to have it. And if those you didn't see the video, was been probably 2 or 3 months ago. Go watch it.
Yeah, Shannon did a revisit for all of us, and it was like pretty much like we expected it would be. So,
yeah, I remember the 2020 with Shannon. Yes.
But you know
what's funny, she's pissed because she's like, "You told me." I was like, "No, I didn't tell you that. I just wanted to see you do it." I wasn't going to say anything different.
I'll drink a malt liquor or a cheap beer any day in my early 20s. I would have drank anything.
But I think we bought it. I think we bought.
But how'd you not drink Mad Dog? Because that was everywhere.
I like Tequila Rose.
Yeah, but Mad Dog, you were at parties with Mad Dog too, right?
I was, but I like Tequila Rose more than I did Mad Dog. That was just me back then.
I think we bought that Mad
Dog.
What's that?
You never tried the Mad Dog, so how'd you know you like it more?
I just didn't want anything to do with it.
You saw other people drinking Mad Dog and what happened to them.
Eric Wise back then, that was a smart move.
But Todd, I drank pretty much everything else other than Mad Dog.
What about Purple Passion? Did y'all ever drink that?
Purple? I don't think we had Purple.
Was it Purple Mad Dog?
Well, yeah, was that Mad Dog?
No, I don't think.
Was it a Mad Dog flavor?
It might have been.
They had a grape one. I thought that was purple.
But I was just thinking this was just called Purple Passion. Maybe it was. Maybe it was a Mad. Maybe it was a Mad Dog.
No, it wasn't that. It was an Everclear.
Yeah. Ooh. Actually, it wasn't. Actually, it wasn't that bad.
No, purple.
Now it'd probably be terrible, but
well, it's only 5% ABV, 10 proof, but it was made by Everclear, made with Everclear grain alcohol, grape wine, natural flavors. It's certified. Colors added, contains sulfites.
I just remember a friend of mine back then. He loved Purple Passion. He was like, "Oh, this is so good." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't have the Purple Passion. Somebody shows it on ice with a lemon slice.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, that's not beer.
I wonder if he can still get it. I wonder if he can still buy it today.
It might still be out there. Let me see here.
I would like to try that again, though, if he can get it. Maybe not. Mad Dog was terrible, so maybe not.
Mad Dog was damn terrible. Let's see. Does the Mad Dog 2020 passage in the high school hood ever go away? I don't. For me, and I mean, I just think that's where we tried that was in high school. We did that, and then in college we were doing like trying Boone's Farms and stuff. But we did Wild Irish Rose in high school as well. And then we did you get the Red Bull, the Blue Bull, whatever, because it was cheap and it had high alcohol. And you had to find someone to go. You had to find someone to go buy it for you. That would go into the liquor store.
Well, shit, you just go in the gas stations and get it.
Well, we couldn't in New Jersey. We couldn't in New Jersey. We had to go to the actual liquor store. But
for Mad Dog, you did
for any alcohol, yeah.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
They don't sell in gas stations in New Jersey. But by the time I turned 16, I was actually I think it was 5'11" then. I was already growing a beard and stuff. I was actually, in fact, one of our liquor stores was an Indian run liquor store. So I looked old enough that they would serve me alcohol. So I would go in there and buy halfway through freshman year, seniors would ask me to go buy them some stuff, So I would go in there and get it. And we try all different kind of things. That's always kind of freaky the first time you go to buy alcohol and you're underage and you're hoping you don't get carded. Well, at least back then. Nowadays, I think they card everybody if you look like under 27. But back then, to get through. At one point, it was 18. When I went to college, it changed to 21. So if you look close enough, you were able to get through it. So
they'll get your ID and go McLovin.
Yeah.
What was your DJ name?
Big Money was my DJ.
Big Money. Big Money. Okay. Here you go. Here's your beer.
But it was so
You're
funny,
old enough.
Our freshman year in college, the floor that I was at WVU, we actually had a guy on our floor that was an architect major. And he was basically the guy that ran fake IDs for a lot of the dormitories, which was cool. So you would go into the closet, the two closets where you slide a door, and you would slide the door, and it'd be like a Polaroid. At the time we were doing Polaroid one step because the license, that's all you needed back then. And you would sit next to a Pennsylvania license that was made up. Everybody from this college that year was like Joe Smith, whoever the name was. But you would sit next to it, and he would take the Polaroids and come back about 15 minutes or whatever, and you'd have a Pennsylvania ID because Pennsylvania was the easiest one to copy back then. But yeah, then you got to use it, and you were getting the $5 drinking drowns or quarter draft nights, whatever bars you were going to, which was freaking awesome. Was it before they did the holograms?
I remember.
Yeah.
Was that on Vegas Vacation where he's got the big thing and you stick your head and they take a picture of it?
It was kind of
talking about.
But you would stand in a closet and it would just be you and this big old board next to you with all the license information. And you would do the one-step Polaroid and you would cut it off and put it into a thing where you'd end up having a fake ID.
Papa Giorgio.
Yeah. And back then you had the Ceratech labs, right, where you would donate plasma. So you would donate plasma for for $20 or whatever it was, but you were there for an hour. So for when you would go out to quarter drafts or $5 drinking drowns, one visit to the plasma lab or twice a week,
good to go.
You're ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Hell, you get a slice of pizza on the back end. You were good to go. So yeah. And you're already a little lightheaded, so the buzz would easily hit you. So yeah. Oh, the good old college days, people. The good old college days.
It's funny.
There's a delicacy in Scotland. I'm sure the delicacy was you were a rich drunk if you never had a Mad Dog. Were you though? I don't know. I mean, people accuse me of being rich because I never had a fried bologna sandwich. So I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't rich, but that was a common answer when I said I never had a fried bologna.
Were you rich?
Damn, you get all kinds of money, don't you? You come from money.
Come from money, don't you? No.
I didn't know the fried bologna sandwich was basically what side of the tracks you live on type meal.
You know what I do want to get? I do want to get just a half a log of bologna and put it in the smoker and smoke it.
I've seen people smoking the bologna, yeah. So it wouldn't be bad to try, I guess. All I hear is I'm better than y'all Mad Dog drinkers. Okay, so stream with him drinking Mad Dog. We did the Mad Dog. We did that before already.
Erie, I want you to drink Mad Dog, and you tell us how it tastes.
Erie's been on the King Cobra. She's been on the King Cobra kick lately.
Yeah. I like King Cobra. I'll drink a King Cobra.
Yeah. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that, my friend.
What's going on, Blake? What's going on, brother?
I have 3 bottles of Melon Ball while playing Popeye. We used to actually make a drink called Melon Ball back in the day when it's a bartender. We used Midori, and I have not seen it since that time. Shit is going to happen. LOL. Mad Dogs on me for next stream, boys. Bring a plug in. I don't know about that. Whoa, I'm not trying to do that Mad Dog again. In high school, it was Popov. I do remember Popov. Mad Dog was evolving as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. I do remember that, like the plastic jug. I was a senior at 16. Oh, Erie, you smart, girl. Wegman's card, everyone, 65. Yep. Check out the big brains on Erie. Oh, nice Pulp Fiction reference. Always appreciate Pulp Fiction. What makes that Mad Dog 2020 thing funny is that there's 20 plus year disconnect between us, and it still applies. Yes. Once you're in that Mad Dog 2020, I think that's why we're having issues this year, because we labeled it that drink 2020. Now we're paying for it. So
that's right. It all comes around.
Made it a rite of passage. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder about people that don't have that Mad Dog like type story or something they may have drank back then. You know, it's kind of like, oh, you must have been one of the goody goodies.
You're one of those.
Were you in band camp? Maybe?
At one time in band camp?
At one time in band camp, right? Which Quarter American Pie band camp is not as fun as I thought it was. You know, I didn't know they did all that stuff at band camp. Oh, that's interesting. Well, BDO says, do it. Bologna on the smoker is amazing.
Oh, I got to do it.
You should do it and do a video, Todd.
I was going to say, you know, it'd be even better if I actually did a video of it.
Yeah, start the damn channel. And Eric said to Blake, he's Arkansas going 0-9. Well, on that schedule they got, I don't know where they're going to win. I don't know where a win's going to happen for them.
Maybe 1-8. Maybe.
Video said he was a honey bourbon glaze. Ooh, he sounded pretty good.
Does sound good.
Yeah, I would definitely enjoy that. But we're at 11:42, so we'll go ahead and get ready to tune this baby down. I get to sleep in a little bit, but these guys do not tomorrow. So want to make sure they get a nice little amount of rest. So you know what's next. You know what's coming up.
This guy right here, because if you guys have had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. You guys should know should be by now, but if not, I'm going to say it one more time. Guys, please do not drive home drunk, okay? Because if you do, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. They're going to do that stupid ass sobriety testing and a free ride to jail, court fees, and then possible prison time. And then if you hit or kill somebody, you guys, you know you're going to be in assignment for a while. And if you kill yourself, all I've done is you put yourself 6 feet under, okay? Just sleep off your buzz to get your car the next day. Get the Uber and the Lyft app, download it on your phone, because it's the best part about it. You can go to the bar, you can get fucked up, come back, probably less than $50, and you have to pay $10,000 at your court cost, your jail time, lawyer fees, all that sort of stuff. It really is stupid to do. It just makes more sense to do that, even if it's a cab, or have a buddy come call you to get you, or have somebody come get you. It's really stupid to drive home drunk. Okay, guys, just please do not do it. All right, just don't do it.
Yeah, we care, so don't go out there.
The PSA kind of seems to be a little bit different each time, doesn't it?
I was saying that was a little more different than you've done than I remember.
Yeah, you're the narrator. Apparently, you retired the bat and the barbed wire. So
yes.
Yeah,
you're trying to be a kinder, gentler Big Daddy right now, I guess.
Well, I don't think that's over well, so I don't think that's.
But you get the point. You get the point home, so it's good.
Yeah,
just don't do it, guys. Really, don't do it.
You forgot the 6 feet under, though. You did forget the 6 feet under that time.
Yeah, I did forget the 6 feet under.
Yeah. But now we actually
too many of these homes here.
Yeah.
That'll do it to you.
We do it every show just to make sure, we want you guys to be safe out there.
That's right.
And,
we want you back next week.
Some people haven't listened, and they had to pay the consequence. So
because we know people that have done it and then have gotten jail time from it.
Yeah, you already said redo.
Hey, Eric.
But no, be safe out there. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Blake TV, Friday Night Throwdown. He'll be kicking off stuff on his channel. Try to get over there as well. Always a good time. So if you guys want to laugh and get in a good mood for the weekend, definitely recommend make sure you pick him up as well. If you don't have Eric's channel, Eric, you haven't said anything about your channel. He's in the comments, Eric Brenner.
Yep.
He's doing stuff on YouTube. So Eric, you can give him a rundown there as well.
Yep, I pretty much do sports and stuff right now. I kind of push the beer stuff kind of off to the side kind of for right now because you guys know if you guys watch my videos, I'm a big sports nut. I'm a Tiger fan. I'm a Lions fan. I'm a Michigan State football guy. With COVID stuff going on right now, there really hasn't been a whole lot really going on. So the videos are kind of few and far between, but I'm going to try to get stuff out for the videos for sports. And I might do a video on one of the Holmes beers. So you might see that on the channel here. Only because I can try to bring content up because the sports kind of being, kind of lackluster right now, especially with the Big Ten and the Pac-12 going on. And they're not having their season, but the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12 might have their stuff on. I really don't know what's kind of coming on my channel here, you said, because of all the COVID stuff. But you might see a couple beers from Holmes on the channel here just in the very near future.
Yeah, so if you don't have Eric on his channel, pick him up. Good stuff as well. Plus the breakdown of all different sports things. Two are always nice. And BDO says, Bill Clinton. Well, Bill Clinton's still alive, BDO. So I know you definitely. You're pretty deep in some beers right now.
Yeah, he went way too far on that one there.
I mean,
one beer too many.
Nostradamus trying to predict it. You're trying to predict it in the future.
Hey, BDO, have another Budweiser, buddy. Have one more Budweiser.
So Bill Clinton didn't kill himself, but Maxwell is on deck. So make sure you watch out for Maxwell. See what she does. Erie says, "I'll put you night with one shot." So.
You ain't put me night with one shot. Better watch it, Erie. All right.
But thanks for everyone tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some stuff and had some fun. That's what it's all about. So we do this every Thursday night at 9:15 Eastern. So glad that you guys joined us here. Back next week, we'll do another broadcast. Make sure you check out the channel. I've started the Hot Butcher for the World series. So now you're seeing those reviews pop up here. And I got some other ones that I work in as well. Erie says VOD drunk never, right? Yeah. So make sure you check out stuff there. Yeah.
Hey, Rod, make sure you guys drink malt liquor.
You really interrupted me for that.
Yes, I did. I wanted to make sure I got it in this time, okay?
Why don't you bring back a malt liquor Monday on your show so people can watch you drink malt liquor?
Well, there's only so many malt liquors on the channel that's out there. I really can't keep doing them over and over again.
Malt flavored beverages.
Oh, malt flavored beverages. Well, what am I going to do? Like Seagram's Jamaican Me Happy and all that sort of stuff?
What is that? Is that a drink?
That's a malt beverage.
Well, you could expand the brand, son. Expand the brand.
Do it.
You got to branch out.
Do it.
I mean, you could do Hungry Man meals for all I care, but you got to branch out with some other stuff.
Hungry Man. All right. I'll start doing Hungry Man meals on my channel. Okay. So
look who it is, just in time before we end the show. Look at that shit.
Hey!
Yeah, if she's still watching, I didn't answer because I'm on the show. So she just tried to call me, but I couldn't answer. Hi, babe. Love you.
Cut it off.
Shannon, you were missed. So we're going to go ahead and end this baby down. And cheers to everybody out there. Make it a great Friday. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Cheers, everybody.